Dangle clack, oh, dangle clack. What is up, everybody? Happy Thursday. It's a Mutha Truckin Thursday edition of Wickin It and Kickin It, full of all your glitches and dangle clacks and frozen images, and it's doing it now. Like right now. I might have to just say screw it and X out of the window where YouTube is running in the background, because clearly, and I don't know why, it's not even that much running. I've got YouTube running, StreamYard running, and 2 articles in Windows in the background to share later. That's it. It's hardly anything. It's really not that much. And we're frozen. When I first lifted my laptop, my computer had restarted, just like the normal restart from that it does, you know, overnight. And I'm like, all right, cool, sick. I think we should be good. I am like, I can see myself freezing right now. Hopefully you guys can hear me and see me all right. But enough of that. Hope everybody's been having a kick-ass week. If it freezes again, I'm gonna just exit out. At least I can see your comments in the StreamYard thread. Yeah, hope everybody had an awesome week. Shout out to Grim. Hope he's having an awesome vacation. We've seen a couple updates so far, and it looks like him and Casey are really enjoying themselves. Really well deserved. We're gonna make do here on Wickin It and Kickin It without a vlog tonight. I got a full lineup of different things to do, and I've kind of barricaded myself into this space in my desk with things on my desk. The setups that I'm running, I got some flavors set aside to do some mixes. Of course, I've got my cup of coffee. Cheers. That caramel macchiato creamer with some Capella cookie dough. Yo, if you haven't put Capella cookie dough, or like say like Flavor West caramel cinnamon roll, or like even like some blueberry muffin or blueberry jam from Wonder Flavors into your coffee, what are you doing? Seriously, utilize your flavors in your coffee, folks. Experiment. It's delicious. I've got a package from Guernsey from my friend Phrasing. I got tools, I got all that stuff, I got a scale, Yeah, and I got a chat. What is up, everybody? And I am flustered. I a lot of things to get together, and we managed to still go live at 7:01. That's actually not that bad. Um, and I think we posted uh everything everywhere so everybody knows that we're going live tonight. And it looks like most of you are here, and I'm sure people are going to be piling on in. We did a lot of preparation for tonight. Um, let's see who's here, huh? Let's see who is here. And I hope you guys are all enjoying something tasty tonight. And as a matter of fact, let me take a pause. Um, I'm realizing I forgot one liquid. There she is. Let's take a pause real quick. Let's do a little dripping and let's get a vape in, and then we'll say what's up, do some shout outs to everybody. Got a fresh battery in the Furfur Mech, Bonza Pro. We got that rocking and rolling the other night, fully dripped with some caramel crumble. Mmm, so good. It's like an absolute truck. Mmm, right in the eyes. Heck yeah. Let me know what you guys are rocking with tonight, what your setups are, what your liquids are, and we may as well. We got plenty of time tonight. I'll try my best to catch up after, or to get to everything after comments. Send me your desk checks, your hand checks. We'll do our best to show them off. We got Fur for Strode is the first one here, as a matter of fact. Says up, everyone. Hope all is well, and let's sit back and relax for this. Wicking it and kicking it. Yes, indeed. Great to see you, man. Let's sit back and relax, indeed. Yo-Yo Team Mayonnaise, Dalton Bieber, they chilling. Brian Enoch in the house. Jeremy M says yo-yo, Jeremy M. One more day at work, then 10 days off, says Brian Enoch. Yo, let's go. Vacay. You doing anything special for vacation? Are you having a staycation or what? Let me know. Advocate for Liberty in the house. Saying hello, everyone. Hello, everyone. Gunny says hello. What is up, Gunny? Lady Liberty. Dell. Dell says Big Wick Energy. Yo, I was thinking of something clever earlier. That's what we should have. Yo, that's too perfect. How have we not thought of that? How have we not thought of that yet? There's my man, Hungry Hippo. Oh my God, I'm so wet to be here. Nice, dude. Dell, his cotton is so wet. Indeed, it should be. Indeed, it should be. Don't hit dry wicks, friends. It's not good for you. It's not a pleasurable experience either. Oh, Dell, tell me about the moistness. Yes. Everyone's favorite word, moist. Moist. Kim C says hello, everyone. Hello, Kim. Always great to see you. Dell's rocking some cake nana cream. That's what's up. Still on that cake nana cream. Gunny says slowly. Uh, let's see. Wet, a little too much info. Yeah. Tim says Dell is in charge of tacos tonight. Del Taco. There you go. So if you want them, seek out Del Taco. Yeah. Neil Pitts saying hello to everyone. Welcome to Del Taco, where we got uh fresh avocado. Hell yeah, dude. Avocado's slamming. Dalton Bieber's got pizza. Dude, you guys are making me hungry. That's the one thing I was going to do in preparation that I didn't do. I was gonna make me a sandwich. A sandwich. I didn't do it. I didn't do it. We'll get to it after the stream. where we're going to hang out in the JMW Discord. All are welcome. If you're not in the Discord, links should be popping up at some point, or we can find a way to get you an invite after the stream. Ronnie Jim is saying evening all. Sweet, getting ready to drive home now. I have something to listen to. Sick, dude. Hell yeah. Special Thursday ride home show for Ronnie Jim. Hope you make it home safe, my man. As always, let's see. LT, Mama Bear is here. Damn happy to be here. Hell yeah, dude. I am so happy to be here as well. Happy to see all of you. Um, Dell's sister-in-law gets to come home today. My wife is so tired of taking care of the nephew. Oh yeah, I'm sure that's rough. Hope all those shots and prayers the other night helped out. Of course, we did shots and prayers to several friends the other night. And just throughout the stream, think of some people that maybe could use some love. And as you're taking a big rip off of one of your vapes, like fill those clouds with positive vibes and send them out into the universe for our friends. Kind of like this, shots and prayers. Just like that. She's been strong though. Hell yeah, dude. Hell yeah, I love to see that. Liberate your colon with Del Taco avocado optional. Right off the rails. Right off the rails from the beginning. I love it. I love it. Glad to hear the news. Hell yeah, dude. Indeed. Paul Cole says, "Woo! What is up, dude? What is up?" Um, he bought a new set of pots and pans for the kitchen. Freaking expensive, yo. Yeah, yeah, it is. But you know what? Nothing beats a good set of pots and pans. Listen, I don't even own a microwave. All right, and I did that on purpose when I moved out onto my own this time from the halfway house. I didn't want to rely on it. Uh, I'm a chef, damn it, and I need to force myself to. I've already forgotten a lot. Not working in a kitchen for 6 years now. I've forgotten a lot. All the recipes were in my head, and I mean, I still have the skill of being able to throw things together, do things to taste, and that's basically what I do. Especially like saute. Like you can saute anything and toss it into some pasta. Um, but with a microwave, it forces me to actually have to be able. With no microwave, it forces me to be able to have to cook more often. Always, actually. I do have like this convection oven air fryer thing though. Cookie dough? Sounds good. Who's talking about cookie dough? It's actually ironic that you mentioned cookie dough. That's one of the mixes I pulled for tonight. Actually, two mixes from the last couple AAFL streams that I didn't get to, and the cookie dough one I've been talking about. Adults like flavors. Yes, they do. Adults like flavors, and don't let anybody tell you that they don't. I mean, come on, man. How ignorant or intentionally obtuse do you need to be to stand there in some type of hearing talking about how adults don't like flavors when most likely you just got done having cocktails at lunch that most likely had some type of fruity liqueur in them? You know what I mean? Like, get the hell out of here with that nonsense. Um, we need less government, folks. Less government. That's my opinion. I'm hanging off the end of the couch because Wabbit, that wascally Wabbit, she's taking up the whole couch. LT says, much love to all. Indeed, to all of you. I do love you all. Neil says, I'm simple. I like vanilla and caramel in my coffee. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's good. You know what I mean? I'll usually grab French vanilla. Um, coffee creamer. They've been out of it the last 2 times I went shopping. So the caramel it is. I used to like hazelnut, and I do, but I don't want like when I buy creamer, I buy the big one, and it's just not something I want to do every day. Is nutty coffee. The last package from Guernsey for a while. Yeah, from Guernsey anyway. We do have some updates about the mail about some of that mail stuff tonight. Because as a matter of fact, I placed a Nom Noms order. They had their third birthday sale, I think it was, over the weekend last weekend, 23% off, and um, they already have to do a workaround, right? And the thing is I put my order in a little bit later in the day to where they didn't send me my invoice until Tuesday morning because if I would have put it in earlier Sunday night, I would have got it first thing Monday morning and it might have went out. However, if it was already en route, who knows? It could have gotten held up because of the situation. Um, so then Tuesday, that thing went in. We'll talk about it. It went into effect, and I ended up having to pay extra for UPS to get my Noms package here. But we'll talk about it. Had a long talk with Flavor Craver, the owners of the original Chef's line, about using our flavorings in other things than just e-liquid. Oh yeah, hell yeah, dude, that's awesome. Um, how the heck the smallest pets take up the most space? It's a proven fact. Yeah, Pacey takes up the whole apartment all at one time. She's fast as fuck, boy. Um, she calms down though, and when I like lay down to go actually go to bed, and she has this very specific spot next to me. I have to make sure to leave her a big fat space on the edge of the bed so she can lay next to me. Um, let's see, Bonza Pro on the Capidid mech. Paul Cole, you got all kinds of mechs that I've never even heard of, bro. I love it. Sacred Seal, a little peanut butter action. Yes, yes. Let's see. AFL may be the first consistent code to be added to Flavor Craver. Also, use it at BCF, NOMS, VSO, and DIY Canada. There you go. Save yourself a little scratch when buying flavors. Uh, seriously crappy day. So grateful for the stream. Oh, LT. Well, I hope this stream helps your day get a little better. I hate to hear that it's been crappy. Mine's been kind of dull until about 5 o'clock. I was literally just sitting in bed with my legs up. I've been trying to do that for myself a little more often. It's tough because I got things I gotta do, man. You know what I mean? I got prep work, I got house chores that I don't like to fall behind on. Like I have a schedule. House chores are one of the things that like I start small and then usually work my way up to at least one larger project that gets me motivated for the day. It's actually part of my how do I put this? My action against depression um routine basically uh doing household chores. The first one every day, first task of the day is making the bed. That seriously, I don't there I think there was a TED talk about it. But seriously, like getting up and making my bed as the first task of the day literally was life changing for me. Um, not live at Flavor Craver yet, says Tim, but will be soon for code. Hell yeah, dude, I love that. I haven't ordered from them yet. I actually need to go check the site out. I've never even been on the website. Um, they're talking about the bunny going camping. Oh, sick. Next Tuesday to Sunday, yo, I love camping. I used to go camping every summer. It was my getaway. Every summer from starting July 4th weekend through my birthday, which was July 10th, or past my birthday, I would take a vacation from wherever I worked And my Dean's calling. Hold on one second. Actually, hello?
Hello?
Hey, bud. What are you doing?
I'm here.
Where here?
I want to go to your house because there's no food here.
Oh, I'm live on YouTube right now.
Oh.
I was doing a special Thursday because I didn't think you were, because you just went home to mommy's.
Yeah. But there's no food.
Um,
And Mom's
do you? I don't know. I mean, I'm currently live at the moment, and I just started 22 minutes ago.
Okay.
Maybe call. Do you want to call Grandpa and see if he hung up on me? Hold on. Hold on. Sorry, guys. If he's bored at his mom's house, I don't want him to sit there. We can get him here. Sorry.
Stop.
Hey.
What?
Do you want to call Grandpa and see if maybe he can help get you here?
I can't hear you.
Do you want to call Grandpa and see if maybe he can help get you here?
Okay.
Huh?
I said okay.
All right. Let me know. Text me. Okay, bye.
Okay, bye.
Bye. All right. I don't know. He probably doesn't have any of the snacks that he likes there or something, or he got bored or whatever. I don't know. Sorry about that. That's odd. He like literally just went back to his mom's on Monday. All right. Where are we? Oh yeah. What was I talking about? Camping. Yeah, I used to take a vacation and I would just go camping. My parents had like a trailer, like a seasonal site on a campground. And I would just go there and just shut down. Like, yeah, we had like a camper. It was a really nice camper. But I would just go there and just get away from the city for like a good week or so. It was always nice. Hungry Hippo said just ordered a bottle of that Nom's Black Cherry Sour Apple. Yo, that sounds good. Yeah, it does. Don't hit dry wicks, especially without a top cap while firing. Yeah, don't kiss the dragon. We are way back here in the chat. Oh my goodness. We went to BK and got some Whopper jars. What are Whopper jars? Let's see. I'm freezing up a little bit here. Tim had a pastrami wrap at the hospital while waiting for his shots. Yo, I haven't had pastrami in a minute. Neil says white chocolate peanut butter truffle recipe. Let's go. Yeah, you gonna share it Saturday? Dalton says it's just a Tostino's 3-meat with a layer of pepperoni, grated Parmesan, and some red pepper flakes. But yeah, it's still, I don't mind me a little oven pizza. I don't know if I mentioned it before, but literally my favorite pizza is the Great Value Pizza, the Walmart brand, the oven pizza. Either the Great Value, actually the 3-meat, the Supreme, the pepperoni one. It's actually best if you just want pepperoni to get the cheese pizza and then put your own pepperoni on it. Although I like the seasonings they add to the pepperoni, you get more cheese if you get the cheese and add your own pepperoni. Neil's got to mix it and see if it works. I'm going to blow a massive cloud for all them people, Steve-O. Look out your window in about 4 hours. You'll see it go by. Nice. Yeah. Jeremy N loves cooking. Dude, yeah, I do. And it's tough, man, to want to do it when it's just me. When my son's here, like, I'm a little more motivated to actually cook dinner. Steve wants that stuffed crust. Yeah, baby. Listen, I don't mind some stuffed crust every once in a while. But I don't know, man. Like, you guys know, I mentioned it before. I'll sit here and I'll take the little fluffy bready part from the inside of the crust out, of a cup of some slices and share it with my cat. It's like our thing. Paul got a solid stainless steel set from Cuisinart, freaking $370. Dang! Made some killer beef and broccoli and fried rice last night. Yo, that sounds slamming. Beef and broccoli sounds so good. It's in you coffee, Steve. Cookie dough, that is. Oh yeah, okay. I got you. Ah, stolen time. What's up, dude? Yo yo everyone. Lady's thinking about making a key lime custard pudding thing. Yeah, it's old school week, right? It was my idea, but I don't know. I don't have any ideas of what old school flavors I want to break out yet. Cocktail, fruity. Steve, calm down a bit. You're making it hot and steamy in here. Yeah. That's like saying I want water over a tasty ass beverage. Yeah, right. Yeah, and I mean, sometimes I do want water, right? Because hydration, hydro homies. But yeah, I use oat creamer, so it's fairly limited. Oh, okay, Jeremy M, I gotcha. You know, us adults, we like to chew flavorless gum and eat wax for dinner. Yeah, yeah, that's how far behind we are. Yes, there we go. Thank you, an advocate for liberty. Um, some other people are going to be taking over for what Duchess used to do in chat. Thank you guys for that. Mental health is hyper important. If you are struggling, please know you are not alone. And if it's needed, visit that link right there or dial 988 for assistance. Of course, you know, in this community, we do look out for each other. Uh, Reach out to someone, ask them how they're doing. If you need to talk to somebody, my PMs are always open. There's several other people who are happy to talk. If you just need to talk or vent or whatever, hit someone up. Uh, Yet I can order stuff from AliExpress and have no issues. Yeah, things are interesting. Uh, hey, gang, Mallory! It's great to see you. Yes, thank you. There you go. Yeah, Tim's dropping the links. I really appreciate that, man. New WF order arrived. Yeah, I got mine. I'm thinking about getting some more bottles of the rest, but I spent some money this week, man, on some accessories. We'll have to talk about it when they get here. I'll tell the story because we're already behind. How the hell are you? Let's see. Flavored lube. Yeah, that's right. That's a thing too. I want my girl to taste like succulents or pistachio. We now have oh yeah, we now have higher MG and step down MG salt options on the site. Yes, Tim has been working. He's had some people helping test. They have salt options, special salt recipe options that were tested for pods, and they step down 25, 20, 15, and then when you go to 12, if you step down to 12, you can go to freebase. We have that ability here at JMW also, um, which reminds me, Facebook search JMW Premium so you can get in the know if you're not already a group member, because everything is brought to you on this channel by that because it is me and Dan. But like we have the ability, like if you request salts or any special request strength, we can do that. We can do 50-50, 60-40 for you. However, our recipes aren't formulated for high milligram salts. Some of them work up to the most feedback I've gotten is that they work well up to about 20 milligrams. After that, the recipes start to break down even past 12. Personally, I think they start to break down a little bit and lose their flavor. Tim put some work in and formulated some mixes for high milligram salts um, to help people be able to step down, or if they need something higher to start with to quit smoking cigarettes. It's really awesome work that he's doing there. It's something that was needed in the community for sure. And thank you for that, Tim. That's huge, and those are available now. at Lady Liberty. Been cleaning out the basement. Steel Valley meetup Saturday. Yo, yeah. Uh, I totally forgot all about that. Will asked if JMW would like to sponsor the meetup by contributing some bottles of liquid, and I totally spaced it. I definitely want to do it one of these times, though. Oh, shoot. LT says, hi, Dean. Everybody's saying hello to Dean. Yesterday was Dean's birthday. I know a lot of people, I made a post on Facebook. A lot of people commented on it, and thank you for that. I actually did a screen recording and showed him the whole post with all the pictures from his past birthdays that I made, and then scrolled down through all the comments and I texted it to him. He loved it. Paul's saying happy birthday to Dean. Thank you, man. No need to be sorry. Teenage life, yeah. No way. Family is everything. Handle your real. We can wait for your return. Yeah, you know what? I was gonna like mute, but I thought, eh, it's not that big of a deal. Maybe he could say hello to everyone. I forgot to tell him to say hello. Last time I went camping, it was 100 degrees out, said Neil. And on the boat, I was drinking beer and Mike's Hard Lemonade and got so sick from the heat and drinking. Dude, when I used to go camping, I used to drink. And there was like something magical about the campground that we went to that allowed you to be able to double what your regular alcohol limit was. I swear. Like we used to be like used to get there and just day drink and be able to put down like an entire case on our own. Case of beer. You know what I mean? We used to get down, man. Really enjoy shitting in nature. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. That's what's up. What's up, face meat? He's a good kid. He really is. He went from mom's and ate all the food. Yeah, that's exactly. He ate all the food. Growing boy is coming back to eat all of your food next. He heard you have stuffed crust. He did. That's exactly. And that's the thing. I feel bad. I ate some of his chips. He's gonna get here and realize he's got no chips. I should, if they text me, I should tell him make sure you stop and get more chips. Uh, all my kids are teens now. They eat everything. No joke. That's literally. He's always in the cupboard. Sometimes on Mondays when he's here, you guys might notice him slink across those cupboards in the background. You might see his head pop up and go open some cupboards several times during a stream. Yeah, that's what he does. Or you get the three meat and add more pepperoni and more. Yeah, yeah, I have done that. I don't like adding the extra cheese, but it works. Like you can add it over top, but Dean doesn't like it that way. He doesn't. He likes it if there's the extra cheese underneath, but not if I add it on top. Let's see. Made my pizza dough today. It's in the fridge for pizza tomorrow night. Heck yeah, Neil. Got it 87 feet below ground, so I've got that good water. Hell yeah, dude. Oh, yo, KJ, what's up, dude? Good to see you. Um, oh, there you go. Tim's dropping some info there. Just my psychiatrist last week, but honestly, the vape community helps me more, dude. It does for me. I had I've been thinking about getting back into meeting with a new therapist. I met with my therapist biweekly for 4 years until he was leaving the practice for a better opportunity, and he successfully like basically completed me and then discharged me. But it's not the same not having someone to check in with and like you kind of review some of the stuff like that he's taught me over the years, some of those tools in the toolbox, so to speak. You kind of forget them if you're not practicing them and discussing them and being reminded of certain things. And I was thinking about getting back. I didn't want to start over with a new therapist, but I've been considering it again. Yo Arnie, washable late. Uh, hello Arnie. Happy belated birthday, Arnie. Arnie's birthday was Monday. We did wish him a happy birthday, but I don't think he was here. Um, did it to give options for stepping down. Mango Sublime has the option, but isn't as fresh a mango in salt concentrations, but a hybrid of syrupy candy and fresh. Yes. Neil says I got some 20 salt Nick disposables given to me for my niece's husband. I tried 120, spun my head. Oh yeah, I can't, dude. Uh, uh, sometimes a three will spin my head. I regularly do 1.5 and two. Where do I put the code? Let's see. Belated happy birthday, Dean. Thank you, Arnie. Uh, so hope this isn't being nosy, but what were you in recovery for? Are you asking me? Pretty much everything. Pretty much everything. So I was an alcoholic and addict. My main drugs of choice were opiates and cocaine, and I guess Adderall for a good stint of time too. It really depended on the time period. But there literally wasn't a drug. I never like did like straight meth, but Adderall and Vyvanse are basically pharmaceutical meth. So, in my opinion, pretty much everything. Pretty much everything. It's not exactly a mod, but I did send my current hand and rather face check. Oh heck yeah. Uh, let's see. Completely out of JMW liquid said Paul Cole. Back to school this year was no joke, y'all. Everything is so damn expensive. Yeah, we should be running a Labor Day special this weekend. I haven't discussed the terms and specifics with Dan yet. The plan, at least my plan, is I think it's the perfect time, and I would like to drop two liquids between things that I've purchased out of pocket. I could do it. Um, however, eh, the one thing for sure is that the Samoa cheesecake is going to be dropping, and I thought of the perfect name for it. Gimme Samoa. Like, give me some more. Give me Samoa. I just came to me last night. Give me Samoa. It kind of fits in with like the oh my god, it's blueberry, oh my god type, it's raspberry kind of vibe. And I know like Dan added so on the 120 labels for the succulents. So instead of saying succulents, it's so succulent. It kind of fits that vibe a little bit, but I like it. I think it's clever. Um, thank you, thank you. There's the JMW job form there. Also, Mao is still on his break, but if you're not a member of Mixtopolis, please feel free to join. It's popping in there. Usually, it's one of the more active Discord servers in the community. JMW people are active in there, but it's more active in Mixtopolis, and also you have access to everybody. JMW, Mao, and Lady Liberty all in one place. Hey Arnie, let's see, we're getting caught up. I'm happy for your clean now, brother. Yeah, my clean date is May 27th, 2019. If you go back uh, to, to May, and this year and last year, I actually shared my story on Wickin It and Kicking It, but I also incorporate into my recovery story how my vaping journey helped me stay sober as well. Thank you, man. I appreciate that. Quilly, howdy, y'all. Is there a link for that Discord? Yeah, just up a little bit. An advocate for liberty was sharing all the links. And we're all caught up. We are all caught up. I have got to look out and see, because sometimes Dean will hit me up and he'll want to stop and he'll want to come over, but sometimes he'll change his mind. I'm going to turn my volume up. Um, we do have things that people put in for hand checks and the like. Oh, why'd I close that out? I got way too many things open. I guess we'll start with what I've been rocking. Obviously, you guys already saw this guy. I have fallen in love with this Mac Furperstrode. Thank you so much. He understood the assignment, man. Listen. I love mech squonks. I have tons of them, and I'm happy with all of them, and especially the ones that were gifts. But he understood that I didn't have enough uh, plain 21/7 hybrid mechs. And the Bonza Pro is right on home, right at home in there. Um, Monday, we set up this guy. We got the Blue Bolt V3, basic 1.1. Here's a coincidence. When I broke out the basic 1.1, I did not know that some stock of these resurfaced. Dimitri and Kaz at Straight Fire got some stock in of the basic 1.1 and the basic V2s just a couple days before we wicked this on the live. And I missed out. Listen, I already have one. I have a basic 1.0, which is basically the same deck. The 1.1 is titanium. It's a little more upgraded, but they're basically the same deck. The 1.0 caps and the 1.1 caps fit both decks. However, I still would have liked to have snagged a brand new one. To have another deck would have been awesome. However, I didn't have an Ultim cap or a Frosted cap yet for this. The only two colors I did not have yet. They had those, so I was able to pick those up, as well as a brand new black Ultim cap for my basic V2. So that was a score. This has uh, one of Jared's Burrow bangers from when he was still doing the Kinks line for JMW, loaded up with some Agent Arnie. So good. I did order some accessories for this. Um, a beauty ring and a matching beauty ring and drip tip set from BT Customs. Because he was running a sale and because I don't know, I was in the mood for some beauty rings. Uh, mm. um, we also rewicked the stock RTA to put on that new to me Odin Mini. Yo, I am loving the Odin Mini. I did realize after the stream that the theme that's on here is the Jay Hayes theme. Because when I hit the fire button with no atomizer on it, it said no jammy, check jammy. I was like, oh, now I recognize that little devil in the bottom. Listen, the guy aside, it's actually a pretty decent theme. Took me some getting used to. I like the Box Mod Mafia DNA 75 theme better, but it's all good. It works. Succulents on the inside with a Duchess coils, triple 26. Succulus is so good in an RTA. I forgot. Those are what we set up on Monday, and the carryovers are, of course, the new DMD mods, Mason M, black and yellow with the Vena. We're glitching, we're glitching. And I've got that strawberry lychee sorbet. I'm still trying to think of a name for it. It'll eventually come to me. Let's give that a squonk. After a full week steep, I finally got this to a full week steep. We're at 8 days. The frozen yogurt doesn't thicken up and take away from the pop of the strawberry and lychee too much. I didn't think it would, but I had to be sure. That's a delicious recipe, and it's really, really thickening up nice, getting some good mouthfeel. Sorbet is so good. Also, what's the difference between sorbet and sherbet? Sorbet has no dairy. I learned that fact a couple days ago. Last but certainly not least, well, there is other things, but the last thing that I'm gonna maybe I'll show the other ones off. Why not? We got the time tonight. The dwarf, the dwarf, um, uh, pendulum coils, cherry bomb on the inside. This is probably due for a rewick. Shift plus just hit 80,000 puffs on this thing, which means I personally put 10,000 puffs on it since I got it. We're glitching hard. Cheers. Yeah, it needs to be rewicked. You know how I can tell? If I open the tank a little bit more and then close it, it'll crackle a little better. Maybe not. I still get the rumbly feeling. Okay, why not? Uh, this needs to be refilled, but this guy's still in rotation. Asgard 30, On the Republic, Hands Made 10 Core Aliens, Crunchberry Shake. 120 watts of Crunchberry milkshake goodness. And billet box. I did grab the billet box from my room. You know what we do. 3mm pendulum coils, cherry bomb, cookie cane. That cookie cane, man. A little sip of coffee. Mm-mm. Um, Paul, I'm surprised that Jay Hasteen doesn't say "crush me" when you turn it on. Yeah. um, Running the same stuff since Monday, said Brian Enoch. Nice. Birdie and Steve inspired me to set up my all-time personal favorite mod for obvious reasons. Hand check sent, Steve. Hell yeah, dude. Hell yeah. Um, my mouse is frozen. The picture keeps freezing. Arnie says, Shh, Tim, you're not in the cone of silence yet. Trying to keep you safe. Oh, QHB, yo, what's up? Those hands made coils are so dope. Yeah, I still have a set of 7 core, but I'm not quite sure what we're going to rock them in yet. Let's go into Discord first. Let's see what you guys have sent me. Um, Paul says I still need a Republic. Was trying to wait for different colors. Yeah, I was hoping some different colors would come. Um, let's see. No, that's Kaz. I spent like an hour on the phone with Kaz yesterday. By the way, he's doing good. He said to say what's up to everybody. He's been a little quiet in the community, in the discords lately, but he said to say what's up to everybody. Metal Dad, just a classy business build mix with Ambition Mods Reverie with some Timmy top flights, 3mm, topping off at a .42 with Bearded Brews root beer on the inside. Let's open this up so we can get a little fuckus. A little fuckus. Funny that he sent the mix in today. Oh yeah, that's Gunny's old mix, I believe. Looking glitchiness is rough tonight. I'm gonna have to close the the YouTube window. I have to. That's got to be what's slowing us down. Um, no, we're still glitching. This is bad tonight, guys. This is bad. All right, there we go. Maybe it'll get better with that window closed. Gunny Man, happy to report The dwarf fits in the endurance with the cage. Yes. He's got that new endurance. Dwarf DLFL on the inside of that. There we go. Thank you, Gunny. That's looking good, man. Looking good. The endurance side by sides are very, very similar to the shift side by sides. Uh, Dalton. Dalton sent his pizza. Let's go. There's that pizza right there. I keep on accidentally swiping away. There we go. All them pepperonis, that cracked black and the red pepper flakes. Woo wee! Enjoy that, sir. Enjoy it. And Dell, same setup. So Gundam check. Yes, I love me a Gundam check. He's building a model. Oh, Brian Enoch sent one in. We'll check you later in a second there. Look at that. Dude. If you're not subscribed to Dell on YouTube, go give him a subscription. Listen, man, it's super interesting content. I love watching the model reviews. They're very, very cool. Never built a model or got into anything like that really. I tried building a couple model cars, I think, when I was a kid, but I never completed any. Oh, here we go. A video from Brian. Little crackle and cloud check. Hell yeah, man. That's what's up, Brian. Thanks. I love that. I love that. Over to Facebook PMs. We got Bunny Cuddles. Bunny Cuddles. Aww. That cute little terrorist. um, Tim. Tim's got a hand check in front of my face. Interesting placement. Got the AV with some is that maple bourbon cheesecake? Hell yeah. Look at me. All big. I bet you I'm on the big screen, aren't I? Distressed Flag 1 of 10. Avid Life. Mod with Battle Deck and Mod Father Cap. Lady Liberty's Maple Bourbon Cheesecake. And Quilly. What tank is that? Interesting tank from Quilly. On a top side? Is that or yeah, looks like a top side. Hell yeah, dude. I don't know what that is, but I dig it. Hell yeah, guys. Thank you. Uh, and with that, the Kennedy Vindicator 28 straights are about to restock. Ooh, grabbing one for show. That's super tempting. QHB. Let's see. That mix has been passed around. Oh, I gotta refocus. Focus. There we go. Yeah, it has been. It has. Um, Hope you had a happy B-Day, Arnie. Absolutely. HVC's in the house. Yeah, the hot vapor chicks are in the house. That's what's up. Paul Cole said clouds are fun. Indeed they are. Also, Dean had a birthday yesterday. He did. He is 13 now. 13. Guys, I do have mixes to do tonight. I promised some DIY. I don't know. Maybe if I'm feeling saucy, maybe we can put a mix together. But I have 3 that I have preset aside that I grabbed the flavors for. I've had some ideas kicking around in my head of things to do maybe with the new Flavora. I still haven't single flavor tested them. I am slacking. Um, in part because I've been spending all my time like filling my orders when they come in, but instead of sitting at my desk, I've been trying to sit up in bed with my legs up. Um, it's really important. My left leg especially is all torn up. and yeah, trying to heal and trying to get the swelling down. I've got the wraps that the compression wraps off my legs right now, trying to let my legs breathe. Um, and especially on that left leg, they're irritating it. So I've been sitting up. Um, but I do have flavors for 3 mixes set aside. Um, I particularly really wanted to do something with the rainbow sherbet from Flavora and the lemon lime soda, but I haven't put anything together for them yet. But before we get into the mixes, I wanted to share this. I thought no vlog, so no news. But I do have a little news um, that is important to us as a DIY community. And also, um, sometimes I know we can't always find the gear that we're looking for in the US. Sometimes it's beneficial for us to order things overseas from Europe. Um, I particularly know of a couple modders that I order things from in Poland. Um, there is DivaVap, who, if you like spending big money on, say, titanium caps for the Vena, or titanium beauty rings and drip tips, or they also do caps for the Antiquity V2 from Vinegar Works. They're in France, and there's other modders in other areas in Europe. This affects all that. This affects all that. And like I said, uh, I initially got an email, or no, somebody shared this with me first, I think, and then I got an email from Noms. They gave me some options because what happened was Royal Mail suspended shipments to the US. But it's not just Royal Mail. Um, Phrasing lives in Guernsey, Guernsey Post also, and there's a reason for that. Noms did send me some options. They did offer to hold my order for a week to see if things changed. If I would have chosen that decision, I could have saved myself $11 or £8.99. But I paid the extra money because they gave me UPS or DHL as an option. Um, but here's a couple articles, and this is the one that I found first. And listen, I literally just Googled this and pulled up the first articles that came up just for information. This isn't typically where I find news, uh, but let's see, or at least not the only places. If I'm actually like researching something, obviously I'm going to check multiple sources. But we're looking for just the facts here, so let's look at this one first. Um, this was the first one that I found. Um, Come on. Are we frozen or are we just not cooperating? Can you guys hear me? Oh, here we go. All right. I'm sure there's going to be ads all over the page here. No, this is not the correct one. Hold on. This is the follow-up. Hold on. The browser can't access your screen? What does that mean? Hold on. Share screen. Bear with me here, guys. This was the first story. Um, Here we go. And this one was a little, not the very first story, but one was a little more in detail than the first story I found. Postal services in Europe suspend parcel shipments to U.S. at uncertainty over tariff limited time frame to get prepared. And let's try to keep political opinions out of chat. Let but unless it's in reference towards the Hello? Oh my god. Did you guys hear me reading any of that? Oh my god. Oh my god. Did you guys hear me reading any of that? What the fuck? That's the problem with sharing in here. Great. Everybody is saying that. I couldn't even see chat because in order to read, so I guess just forget it. Just forget it. I'm not reading that again. Guys, look into it. Hopefully, maybe you could read it on your own while it was going. I'm gonna I'm gonna skip to the next one. Basically, um, all that happened. It's not just the Royal Post. They ditched that whatever bill, and it affects all parcels. Um, Man, this is so fucking annoying. Um, uh, I didn't even think about not being able to hear the audio when I opened the YouTube. Yeah, dude, I'm glitching all over the place. This computer is literally apparently gonna have to be replaced because it just can't handle the fucking stream anymore. I don't know why. We never had problems before. Um, I'm not rereading that, but basically, they've like at least for the Royal Mail, uh, they've already are lifting the suspension. Originally, what I heard was they were going to suspend it and they were going to um, implement like a 50 pence like fee or something to make up for it. But basically, what it was going to cause people to do was have to pay any duties or fees in advance on top of your shipping charges in order to be able to uh, receive any packages through Royal Mail or any of those postal services throughout the EU, which is just further proof that tariffs end up being an extra cost on the consumer. All that stating that it's not basically an extra tax on the people, complete bullshit because somebody has to pay for it, right? Um, but anyway, apparently the suspension has already been lifted, and this one's much shorter, and it's just basically a little bit of like an update to the situation. Hopefully, I can share it without losing any freaking audio. I know why it cut my audio. I think I know why. Screen share. Don't share audio from the window. Um, that's probably why. Because there's like a video attached to that article. Probably. Maybe that's why. Uh, Royal Mail restarts. Come on. Nothing's working tonight. Can I click back over? No, as soon as I open a window. Why did it stop sharing? All right, I'm not going to share it. I'm not going to share it. Screen sharing is apparently not going to be a thing today. I'm just going to read it real quick. Uh, Royal Mail International Producers. Here's the thing. Royal Mail previously said postage pricing will remain the same, but will add 50 pence per parcel handling charge to cover the additional costs associated with providing clearance services into the USA, which will be invoiced as a handling fee. Uh, Consumers sending gifts worth less than $100 will not have to pay the duty. Um, President said last month. I don't know. I can't. Apparently, I pulled up the wrong shit. So this is why we don't do news here, because that's Grimm's thing. Tim copy and paste or copy and pasted something for me. Do anything, guys. I literally can't do anything right now. I just want to get back into StreamYard so I can close everything else down. There. Go away. You're fucking ridiculous. Come on. All right. Well, I thought it would be simple to just share a news story for the first time. Like, how hard could it be? We always share screen anyway. And I thought a news segment would be an interesting addition, because this is basically something that affects all of us. But we're gonna leave news to Grim, because fuck that. What did he share with me earlier? The U.S. executive order ended a global tax exemption for low-value parcels affecting there. Basically, they lifted this. They're lifting the suspension as of tomorrow. So there is a fix for UK companies. Royal Mail is offering special option, and sub 100 orders are still exempt. There we go. Royal Mail is rolling out new postal delivery duties paid services ahead of changes to U.S. import requirements and the end of the de minimis exemption for packages under $800. The new services are now ready for use after a short pause in acceptance of shipments to the U.S., with Royal Mail saying they will be available at post office and to online customers starting August 28th. There. Boom. We're done. I am not doing that again. Let's see. Technology is amazing when it actually works right. Yeah, darn bunny took a chuck out of my elbow. Oh, dang. No rage sweats on Wiki. I know, right? Apparently it was nap time. Hey, what's up, dude? Patrick came in about 5 minutes ago. What's going on? Parcels being returned and them wanting to stop us paying the fees. Yeah, yeah. That's why they paused it. Paul said I had trouble with an order from Beecher. Been waiting since the 16th. He had to reship it because USPS lost it. Dang, dude. Yeah. Uh, yeah. No news is good news. Yeah. But only, yeah, I was trying to tell the windows to go away. And then, like, I X'd out of those windows in the background with the news, and then it X'd out of StreamYard. That's why we lost picture again for a second. This is why I'm like, what the hell are you all doing going to the moon and going to Mars and all this AI crap when you can't fix a damn signal on our planet we live on? Yeah. Can we fix the problems on Earth first? Yeah. um, okay. I need a vape. Let's do something that we're a little more well versed in doing normally. Let's share. I don't know. Can I share recipes? Hopefully, I can share my recipes tonight. I didn't even have ELR up in the background yet. My recipes. You know, I had to be a smart. Yeah, I know. I know. Steve's gonna go full mime again. Yeah, dude, it really sucks, dude. Like this laptop, like it's not the most powerful piece of machinery, but it's always been enough to run the stream. You know what I mean? It's always been enough. And lately, it's just like not wanting to do shit. And I've cleaned it and defragged it, and I swear to God, all that does is make things worse. Everybody's like, clean your laptop and defrag it, and it shouldn't be as slow anymore. And literally, that just made things worse. I swear. I don't even know what defrag means. That's just what people told me. That's how internet savvy I am. Um, let's see if this works. First, we're going to share this recipe from AAFL. Reboot the modem. Yeah, I can't do that now. GPU strain is getting ridiculous lately. Streaming is requiring little top end. Yeah. And I put all my money into Dean's freaking rig. Dean's got the most killer PC setup and sound system right now, and I can barely do a screen share. We're gonna try this again because we can't go over recipes without sharing the screen. It seems to be working much better at the moment. Yeah, we're good. It seems like anything more than two windows, it just everything wants to lock up. He has an agent after all. Yeah, Agent Arnie. Yeah. What's funny is uh that was named before I even really started hanging out with Arnie. Boston cream pie, which is actually more of a cake, mind you. Uh this was done for the regional recipes and an excuse to use Devonshire cream in a mix. Variant cream TPA at 1%, chocolate frosting, Wonder flavors at 1.5, classic sponge cake Mollenberry or MBSSA at 2%, the Devonshire cream at 2%, fluffy white cake Wonder flavors at 2.5, pastry cream at 1.5, and super sweet perlum at 0.75. My concern about this mix is that Devonshire cream is already a thick enough cream on its own, but I wanted to add a certain type of flavored cream to it. The pastry cream and the variant cream work together to give you the actual taste of what Boston cream tastes like. The Devonshire cream is delicious on its own, but and it's very thick and rich dairy cream. But it on its own, it doesn't quite give you the flavor of Boston cream, like say Boston cream donut. Um, of course, I'm building my cake out with the classic sponge cake and the fluffy white cake. My concern is that the creams might overpower the cake layer in this mix, but we'll see. We're not going to be able to find out until we mix it. But a Boston cream pie is basically two layers of sponge cake with a thick cream in the middle, topped with a chocolate ganache. We're just using chocolate frosting here instead of chocolate ganache. It's going to present basically the same in a mix. That chocolate frosting is the spot on correct chocolate note for say like a Boston cream donut or a Boston cream pie. So we are going to get our flavors out and mix this. Boston cream is so good, but shouldn't it actually taste of tea? Yeah. Arnie sent you the recipe name through subliminal messages. Yeah. QHV said, my entire vape collection, juice, wicking supplies is all in storage. Gonna take a long time to get it all together again? Oh no. So let's get this out. We got to get our flavors lined up here. Boston cream. Let's get our flavors lined up. I got them all separated by recipe here, except the sweetener is going to be the same in all the mixes. And I got some of my smaller bottles of stuff, so they're easier to work with. That I'm not grabbing the bottles for the correct mix here. There we go. Fluffy white cake, Bavarian cream. These are all 10 mils. Chocolate frosting, classic sponge cake, Devonshire, fluffy white, pastry cream, sweetener. Boom. Got a bottle already labeled, because when I went to clean this darn bottle out, you gotta keep them separated. Hey, 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 we don't mind. Yeah, classic. For some reason, the labels have been leaving the glue behind when I go to take them off and to go rinse out my bottles. So I put the label on it already. Let's see if we can move the camera without any issues. Hey! All right. I'm going to start by adding my sweetener just because I like to, in case I over drip it, I can adjust the recipe to a larger amount. 2.11%, 3 or 0.11 grams. I mean, we're doing a 15 mil, just a little bit more. There we go, perfect. Good old Perillum Super Sweet, by the way. Steve likes to keep his personal bottles nice and sticky. Yeah, right. Let's take a sip of coffee. Mm. All right. Bavarian cream, TPA. We're really just adding this one just for its specific flavor. And it should add some moistness as well, but mainly for the flavor of the Bavarian cream to be added to that Devonshire. 0.15 grams. Oh, that's why I only did 1%. We went a little over. Chocolate frosting from Wonder Flavors. I was going to order a big fat bottle of this because it went on 50% off. But by the time I woke up from a nap, it was already taken off the 50%. Gotta go big or go home. Yeah, I'm doing 15 mils because I usually don't mix 3 tester recipes at the same time. Moist. And I'm going to actually have to test all these. We might taste one of them tonight. We'll decide. 0.23 grams. Um, bum, 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 bum. Perfect. Classic sponge cake. Originally Mollenberry, now taken over by SSA. It's actually listed in the database both ways. Let's see, 0.30 grams. Let's see, we're almost there. Perfect. 0.30 grams. Here's the Devon cream. I'm still using my beta bottle because why waste it, right? They didn't make any changes to it. Also 0.30 grams. And even if they did make changes, this is the version that I've tested, so I'm sure they didn't. Only PB to Sun, that's a weird autocorrect. Uh, Fluffy White Cake. I only own this in a large bottle. I love this flavor. Great cake. Great for adding some texture to a mix. I like a light amount of bakery texture. Basically, just adding it to our classic sponge cake to help fill out the body of the sponge cake a little more. 0.38 grams, or not just a little more, but to really fill out the body of the sponge cake. Boom. 0.38. Are we there? We're at 0.37. Sometimes if you tap your scale, yep, we're good. Put that there. And pastry cream. I've got more. I've got actually like a 30 mil of this in the back too. I don't use it as often as I would like, but I really like this flavor. 0.23 grams. Oh, and we went to point. Oh, come on, really? We really over dripped that one, folks. Oh no, it's okay. It's going back down. 0.25. That's not too bad. Fluffy, damn! Oh hell no! Damn girl. Dispos or whatever I could find in a sub ohm. I even had to use the cotton in a pill bottle as a wick. Oh whoa! But it's okay. I'm not smoking. Yeah, there you go. Being resourceful, staying off them cigarettes at all costs. QHB, that's actually inspiring. I know it's difficult, but inspiring. You did what you needed to not smoke. Pastry cream was a great ad here, in my opinion. Thank you. Thank you. Now we need our VG, 3.25 grams. This is dated 8/22 because apparently I thought I was going to mix this on 8/22 and I didn't. You can make it. There we go. PG, 2.61 grams. And aside from the, you know what? Now that I think of it too, this mix, everything for this mix can currently be purchased at Bull City. Now that I'm looking over it again. And our additive. Boom. We're going to cap it and we're going to shake it. Let's see. PB Cream Wonder Flavors or Taffy PB one. Oh, you guys are talking about a mix. Hell yeah. I love to see that. You guys are talking about mixes and helping each other on recipes in the chat. I freaking love it. I absolutely love it. That's why I wanted, this is Wicking It and Kicking It, but I really wanted this to also largely incorporate DIY as well. And I feel like we do a pretty good job of both. Obviously, we don't do mixes every week, but it all depends on the setup and prep. We got time tonight, though. We got time. Oh, I haven't heard back from Dean yet. I kind of feel bad. Like, I told him call Grandpa and ask if he could help. I mean, if he packs himself and lets me know he's ready, I could send a lift, but I would need to also know that his mother uh, is going to be available to ride along a round trip lift with him to drop him off. Wow. Just off the knuckle, that tastes like spot on Boston cream. And even if it does, because a Boston cream pie largely tastes like a Boston cream donut. It's just, and I would think in a vape form, the difference would mainly just be um, the texture of the bakery layer. Just off the knuckle, it literally tasted like I just took a bite out of a Boston cream donut. I think this might be the one that we test tonight. So I only have one tester RDA like set up and ready to go. Um, Question for mix masters: when you single flavor test, what percent do you use for flavors? Um, it's kind of complicated because it differs per brand. For Wonder flavors, I personally test at 4%. For things like TFA, Flavor West, um, I generally would test them around 4 or 5%. Capella, I test around 3 or 4%. Anything like Flavora, SSA, Inawera, I'll start at 1% and then work my way up if 1% isn't enough. Um, because different brands have a tendency to concentrate their flavorings differently, but that's generally how I would do it. Um, I thought about using the peanut butter tappy. You guys are still talking about a marshmallow mix. I'm interested, but um, let's switch recipes. Steve is definitely also a big part of the AAFL team, so can and should take pride in saving at distros using the code for those DIYers out there. JMW has become more than just liquid sales with Steve. Yeah. And I mean, Dan used to do a lot of participation like in the DIY community too. He's just kind of stepped away from it. Um, he used to do weekly live mixing streams where the chat would help create the recipe. Um, I would like to eventually get into doing some of those sometimes, but it's difficult because I would have to step away to grab flavors. Dan had a setup where all of his flavors were at least within reach. Um, but yeah, definitely a lot more um, a lot more involved in the DIY community these days than even he used to be. Thank you, Tim. Thank you. Let's see. I think if I do this, yep, I should be able to go back. Now we're going to go to this next mix. This is a little bit of an out of the box mix for me. Also from the regional recipes episode of AAFL, plum Strusselkuchen, which is basically German plum cake. German plum cake, kind of give you an idea of what it looks like. Um, there's several different ways you could make a German plum cake depending on the style and type of crumb you want your cake to be. This one is a bit more of a crumbly pastry, or more of a pastry layered pie crust kind of amalgamation with a crumble topping. Um, Apple pie. We're starting off with apple pie from Flavor Art at 2%. kind of gives us the base layer for like our crust, our outer crust. It has a small bit of like a apple filling um note to it, but it's very light and you can very easily either lean into the apple or utilize it to help turn another fruit into a pie filling. I considered using strawberry jam one on one here as well, but I didn't want to take away from the plum. So the apple pie hopefully helps. But there's something else in here that's going to help with that anyway. It also has some good spices. Same thing with crumble topping. Crumble topping, Wonder Flavors, 1%, has a light amount of spice in it. It's mostly just really delicious, buttery crumble. Danish pastry organic. Not a flavor you see used very often. It's very potent. This is going to help with that pastry layer, like the underneath like body, flaky pastry type of bottom crust to the pie. Also has a slight amount of cream cheese, but I think we should be able to bury that in this mix no problem. And some cinnamon. Lemon squares also is to build out that pastry layer and to add some lemon zest. So the Danish pastry is at 0.5%. Lemon squares is at a lower percent than you would use it if it was like a main body part of the mix, but at 1.5%, just to help build out that pastry layer. Liquid amber, 0.3%. Liquid amber from Flavor Art will take fruits and kind of cook them down. It's like you were like baking down your fruits before putting them into your pie. Plum purple from Wonder Flavors. It's the only plum I have, so I'm pushing it to 2.5%. Hopefully, the liquid amber and that apple pie uh, help help it present more as like a pie filling, not just a juicy plum. Delicious plum. I'm hoping 2.5 isn't too much, but I've used it at 2% in a mix before, and I felt like I could use a little more. Super sweet pearl at 0.6 and vanilla sugar. The actual recipe that I got inspiration from calls for vanilla sugar in the mix, so I just added it because why not? And that is our plum streuselkuchen. Um, I really, really like experimenting with bake stone fruits in bakery mixes. That's kind of how the apricot almond was born. So we're gonna mix this one up next. Brown sugar also works similar. Yeah, I had brown sugar cookie on my mind, um, or a brown sugar on my mind when creating this. Brown sugar also works similar to liquid amber, but in a different way. Both options have their uses. If one doesn't work, try the other. Yes. I just didn't really want to. I don't know. Sometimes brown sugar works, but you really have to be delicate with how much you use. And there's some tweaking back and forth because it can also be, to me, it can be a distraction. But yeah, Tim's 100% right because of course he is. uh, yeah. So let's. I forgot to make that slightly larger. There we go. So there's that. Let's get this mixed up. I need to mix a bottle of your Crunchberry milkshake up, Steve. Yes, do it. If you have everything for it, do it. And if you don't DIY, of course, it is available. What do I want to grab? I want to grab this. I need a quick vape. This stock RTA is excellent. It's got a lot of similarities to the Eclipse. All right, let's grab our stuff for this one. This is going to be interesting because I've never tried to pair some of these, like say like using the lemon squares to add some lemon zest along with the Danish pastry. They could work really well together or they could clash. So this is a little bit of a risk here, but I think if it turns out good, the reward is going to be worth it. Apple pie, crumble topping, Danish pastry, lemon square, liquid, amber, plum, sweetener, vanilla sugar. And we got an unlabeled bottle for this one. Strawberry, orange, stone fruit, something from a quick Google of California's more well-known fruits. Oh wait. This may work well, just giving option because it does work when liquid amber doesn't. Credit for brown sugar goes to Swaggy from BSO. Okay, yeah. No, yeah, 100%, dude. And that's the beauty of doing this is you guys are also here in chat to help explain things because you know what I mean, and to help make other suggestions if maybe somebody's trying to build a similar type of profile, and I appreciate it. uh who would I talk to about making something for me? I have a recipe, I just don't DIY. Oh, I mean, I'd be happy to help you with that, or Tim. Maybe I can't speak for him, but she's trying to fry me in oil. It also depends on whether or not Tim is more likely to not be missing any flavors. Let's say that. Uh, she's trying to fry me in oil and send me out to be feathered by the chicken. So a strawberry peach upside down cake with orange zest, for example. Yeah, see? Ooh, yeah. Yes. I like that. I like that a lot. Let's see. Go back down. Go back down. Um, we're gonna start with our sweetener again. A little less sweetener than the last mix, but it could end up with the same amount anyway. It all depends on how the drops land. Boom. Yeah, we didn't do too bad. Uh, oops. Just for informationals, VSO is waiting on bottles to fulfill orders for sending out temporarily on hold for them. Oh, okay. Apple pie from Flavor Art. Been reaching for this a couple times more recently. Love this flavor. 0.30 grams. I recently did a mix. I think it was for May. I used this with baked apple. I think it was from SSA and Nam's apple toffee for like a toffee apple pie with ice cream mix. It worked really well. Crumble topping. Another one. This is a flavor that I just absolutely can't live without, especially if you're really into bakeries, cookies, pies, cakes. It's a great building block. 0.15 grams. Perfect. Perfect. Here's that rarity. The Nature's Flavors. Danish pastry organic. Nature Flavors, you can get their flavors from them direct. They have a large selection. They're a little on the pricey side. Not too terrible, but a little on the pricey side. They've got some bangers, but not a lot of people use them, so there aren't as many notes on many as many of them as some other flavors. But we just want a small amount, 0.08 grams. If this wants to read my drops correctly here. Come on. All right. It's settled at 0.09. We can live with that. Oh, crumble topping is a good one. Yes. Lemon squares. This is an old, what do you call it? River Supply label. From when Nick River still had the River Supply website. 0.23 grams. Perfect. The liquid amber. This is the one I want to be careful not to overdo it. A little goes a long way. 0.05. So I'm just going to literally just put 2 drops in here. And if it goes to only 0.04, then I'm happy with that. I don't want to overdo it. 1, 2. 0.05. Oh, 0.0. Yep, 0.05 on the dot. Boom. Plum purple. Yeah. 0.38 grams. We're getting there. One more drop, maybe. Come on. You can do it. All right. Well, we ended up going to 0.40. We'll live. And some vanilla sugar. SSA, 0.15 grams. The vanilla sugar will add a slight bit of vanilla note, but it also has a nice texture to it. I'm curious to see if the texture adds a little bit to, because the crumble topping gives you a nice crumbly, like a texture finish to it. And I'm curious if this is going to add to that. It's almost kind of like a granular texture that you would get from a sugar cookie. One more drop will do. Boom. Come on. Well, it went down and then it went back up. It doesn't. Oh, there we go. Okay, perfect. All right. And we're ready to rock with our base. Chicken, the Chinese, the chicken. Oh, chicken, the Chinese chicken. I ate a drumstick and it was finger licking. Let's see. 13.25 is always going to be the weight for a 15 mil if you're 70/30. We went a little over. Definitely probably going to be running long tonight, but that was kind of the plan. Running long for Wickin It and Kicking It, but probably not quite as long as a 4-hour vlog. 2.90. So shout out to all of you guys who came to hang out tonight. You guys are awesome. Licking it and picking it. Yeah. Boop. That's good enough. Close enough. There we go. Cap it and shake it. 22 viewers and 5 likes. Something isn't adding up. I see 23. One of them might be me. Who knows? Is it still open in the background? No, it's not. Shows 13 here. Yeah, the likes don't always update live. Put it on a clutch. You did make it, Blue Diamond. Hey, you did make it. Welcome, welcome. We still we still got some time left too. We're just getting into our second mix. We still got a package to open and an RTA to either re-wick or fully rebuild. I haven't decided yet. We're going to taste one of our mixes here. All right. Now I'm just going to give this a knuckle because I'm curious to how this is all going to turn out. I'm before actually vaping it though, I want to give it a few days. Yeah, I mean I already know what's in it, but may as well open it, right? And we're gonna do an unboxing for a new device, and then use it. Um, this is definitely one I want to let sit for at least a few days, 3 to 5 days before I even want to drip it on some wicks and let it steep because I want. I mean, I'm positive that if it tastes good off the knuckle, oh wow, do you hear all those notifications? That was all of you who tried to message me through Discord telling me that the sound died, which I would have seen if I was on this screen. This is very interesting. Tasty off the knuckle. A little more bakery heavy just off the knuckle than I anticipated. Because I used that plum at 2.5%. I I suspect that if I was to vape it off the shake, it would be a little more plum forward. But it's the only fruit in the mix technically, so maybe not. But that's definitely going to change as it sits. So I want to give it time before actually vaping it. I have a suspicion, a pretty good suspicion, that this recipe is going to need some tweaking for sure. But experiment with stone fruits and bakeries, and you'd be surprised how well like stone fruits go with like different types of nuts and bakery flavors. Mm. All right. And lastly, this is the mix that I have been talking about for a few weeks now. Just got all my wire and swivel in today, says Stephen L. Things are fixing to get crazy. Wish me luck. Good luck. Can't type, yeah. Old school flavors this week. Not all have to be, but include at least one. Yeah. Most of the time we do this anyways, but Steve mentioned this is a good way to break out some we don't often use. Yeah. Yeah. Or a good way to highlight some flavors that have been around for years and years and years, but are still extremely useful. And they work well, in just about any type of mix, or they like old flavors do still work well with new flavors, you know. I tend to like to mix it up, to shake things up. Whoop whoop, Steven gonna be spinning. Yes. Um, let's see here. This is the last one, and we're going to make it live. Um, wait, what I do? Oh yeah, we're gonna make it live together. I adapted it, but kept it the same, but added the hashtag wiki to it. We're gonna make it live, public together. Let's edit it. Let's take it off of private and save. If it wants to. There we go. The caramel coffee cookie dough ice cream. I'm going to be honest. Some thought went behind this, but I'm also somewhat just throwing cookie dough at some ice cream and hoping that it works. All right. Um, and I was looking for an excuse to use the cookie doughs in a mix. I could have went with just one. I'm getting ahead of myself. There's no picture. Caramel coffee with sweet milk from Perillum, 2.5%. Um, you can run it much higher than that if you're looking to go with a beverage. I thought it would be a great place to start. I'm using it here to flavor my ice cream, basically, as well as add that sweet milk, that cream note, along with the coffee liqueur VTA. Give that coffee note a bump. Uh, Coffee liqueur goes fantastic with caramels as well, at 1.5%. Um, let's see. And then cookie dough flavora at 1%. Cookie dough from Wonder Flavors at 2%. I just decided to try to use both of them. Um, they're both somewhat similar. Um, I probably technically could have just pushed the Wonder Flavors cookie dough up, but I thought, why not make an excuse to use both of them? And then just to make sure that I get a little bit of that actual cookie texture, just a slight soft bit of cookie texture in my cookie dough, sugar cookie from Cap at 1%. I thought about going cookie butter here also, um, but I felt like this was a good start to add some cookie dough to my ice cream. Super sweet from Perillum, 0.75%. Sweet cream Flavor West at 2%, and vanilla bean ice cream Flavor West at 3.5. Um, Obviously, vanilla bean ice cream from Flavor West, uh, one of the top tier vanilla bean ice creams. Sweet cream from Flavor West is a sleeper flavor, in my opinion. I don't see it get used as often, but I recently found for sweeter ice cream mixes, it pairs beautifully with their vanilla bean ice cream. Um, so that is the mix here. Um, I'm gonna get the flavors out and we're gonna rock it. I forgot to make it a little larger again. Uh, Homemade but original recipe. Steve about to eat some proper buffalo wings with the original buffalo sauce recipe from New York. Nice. Wire Optum is great wire. Yeah, I mean, there's better wire, but it's not bad wire at all. Uh, I would just recommend running your builds through ultrasonic before using them. That's literally all you got to do. Love my bestie vapor friends. All of y'all will always do what I can for the cause. Hell yeah, love that. Uh, let's see, got full 4 sets of Wire Optum wire slide guides as well. Very cool, Stephen L. It's very affordable wire too. It just knows what I've got to say is quality over Tim's quantity. I like Hellman's. Dalton's, yeah, Duke's for me. And we know you love Duke's, Dalton. Dalton single handedly makes the Duke's Mayo emote on Grimm's Twitch the #1 emote every stream. I just remembered I'm supposed to 3D print Dalton some wire stabilizers. Oh, there you go. Anyone here ever sold plasma before? I thought I saw somebody mention that they did it. I need a sip of coffee. Oh, my nose is a little stuffy again too. Let's use this bottle. So, lady is pushing for a multicolored version of that dual battery squonk. Oh, yeah, yo, that's a sick looking dual battery squonk. Furfur has the file. Furfur, if you're here, I was talking about that dual battery parallel squonk that you had the file for, and how cool it was. And Tim went, pretty sure he found the same file. Let's see. I gotta get this open. Now my phone is frozen. What the heck? What's going on? Come on. Why won't you do anything? Dude, what a mess. All right. All right, I guess I'm going to have to read off of my computer screen. Oh, here we go. I usually read off my phone because it's a little easier, but because it's right next to me, it was being glitchy. The phone, however, is 6 years old, and I'm long overdue for a new phone. I just don't like starting over with new devices. You got to transfer everything over, you got to reconfigure your settings, all that junk. Let's see. Vanilla bean ice cream. That. This, that, the other. Ooh, do I have everything out? Caramel coffee. There we go. Coffee liqueur. I just bought myself a 30 mil, a personal 30 mil of coffee liqueur too, so I don't have to keep dipping into the inventory. Cookie dough. Flavora first. Nice. Cookie dough from Wonder Flavors second. Sugar cookie, straight from the kitchen cupboard. I keep it in my coffee cupboard now because I that's how often I use it. Sweet cream and vanilla bean. There we go. Boom. Sip of coffee. I kind of got the idea from the coffee mix that I've been making. Maybe it'll possibly taste similar. I'm hoping there's at least a little bit of separation between the ice cream and the cookie dough, which is why I added the sugar cookie. I did consider Wonder Flavor sugar cookie because it's a little less soft, but it's also a lighter flavor in general, I feel. So we'll see. Let's start with our sweetener again, 0.11 grams. I ain't printing anything else for a hot minute. Yeah. Oh, I hear you, Steve. I hate it too. Let's see. There we go. Did you document the process to show earn? Oh yeah. Ever thought of a hazelnut coffee? I actually have. I have. I actually mentioned that earlier. I do enjoy the occasional hazelnut coffee. I just prefer like vanilla and caramel more. All right. Caramel coffee with sweet milk. I gotta find a use for this. I actually have 360 mils besides this of this flavor, so might as well find a use for it. It's a good one. 0.38 grams. It's a good. I don't know if it's going to be sticking around or not at Bull City. So let's see. Coffee liqueur. 0.23 grams. Actually, wouldn't mind if I went a little bit over. I considered going a little higher with the caramel or with the coffee liqueur. You can push this flavor as long as you can handle it. Rockies used it as high as 6% caramel. Just saying, yeah, I know. I would possibly add some vanilla gelato Italian to bring out the flavor of the ice cream. I thought about using Flavor Arts vanilla gelato, but we'll see. Um, yeah, that's definitely a flavor I considered. The sweet cream does pretty nice with it. But you're right. You're right. Cookie dough from Flavora. Um, let's see. 0.15% or 0.15 grams. Uh, keep going. The plan is to be self-sufficient. I learned how to DIY my own juice. Going to learn how to build my own coils. Then I guess I'll have to learn how to build my own mech mods next. Yeah, yeah, it's possible. Tis possible. And then Wonder Flavors cookie dough next. I'm sure that's not focusing the best on that tiny screen, but I tried to swap it to make myself bigger and the recipe smaller, but it looks better this way. 0.30 grams. Boom. One more drop. A little bit of that sugar cookie, the classic sugar cookie. Such a pretty jizz covered neck already. Addy Tooney has one of my 3D printed Mac mods. Oh, no kidding. 0.15. We're just doing a little bit. It's a little bit of sugar cookie. Come on. You can get there. One more drop. I knew it was going to do that. It acts like it's not wanting to like bump up and then it ends up going over. 0.17 is not too much though. Sweet cream from the Flavor West. Oh yeah. 0.30 grams. Boom. That will be the first thing I decide to add to this mix. If anything, will probably be one of those gelatos. Probably the Wonder Flavors. But I considered the flavor art too. 0.53 grams vanilla bean ice cream. Got a whole lot of this stuff. Time to use it. I fell in love with using the uh, ice cream vanilla from SSA for my milkshake base, but when I want an actual ice cream, I definitely reach for Flavor West or Liquid Barn. Uh, let's see. I've been wanting to try to use the flavor art one more often though. I haven't really worked with it much. 13.25 grams of EG. And 2.14 grams of PG. Boom. Boom. Close enough. Twinning. Hell yeah. My cat has meat. The meat sweats? He hangry? Good enough. 0.29 is good enough. All right. Cap it. And shake it. And then I'm probably going to ditch the scale and get it out of my way. So I don't have to feel as trapped anymore. Still a little bit, but I broke down and put some pendulum aliens in it though. Yeah. I'm starting to conserve what Duchess coils I have left. This phone is going to die and I don't have a charger near me. Let me message Dean real quick. Let's see. Did you call grandpa or did you change your mind? Could always come tomorrow too. All right. J-Boys. Dell's got some Indonesia aliens in the Jaka. Are they the ones that come with it? Doesn't the Jaka come with a set of coils? All right, let's get this off the screen. Now, okay, he's going to come tomorrow. I kind of thought so. Now, it shared that seamlessly. And my theory is that those news sites have so much going on them because they're plastered with ads. They've got video pop-ups and all that stuff. I wonder if that's why, because they've got so much stuff going on. Let's see. Forgot gonna come tomorrow. Oh wow, finished this Lego set. He hasn't built Legos in a while. It's a Star Wars set. Let's see. What the fuck? There we go. He hasn't built Legos in a while. He actually asked me to get out his Sonic the Hedgehog Lego set last week. And then he changed his mind. But I'm going to try to convince him. We've got this 2,000 piece Sonic the Hedgehog Lego set. And it's 7 bags of pieces. And we've only done 2 bags so far. I'm going to try to convince him to finally finish it. Come on. There we go. Hippie's house ghost visiting you? Yeah, exactly. That's awesome. Hell yeah, Jerry, man. We used to build Legos together all the time. The key is I would get empty out the bags, and then I would sort all the parts by color and part onto the table. That way, he can visibly see all the parts in one spot on the table. Then he would just go through the instructions, grab, what he needs one step at a time. And then if he needs any help with anything, or if say you're building like there's a lot of like these like mech robot type of sets that are like the Marvel like mech robot thing. You'll have two legs and two arms. What we would each build a leg and we would each build an arm, stuff like that. Get him some freebie tools from my sponsor. Oh, sick. See if he likes it. Oh, gonna send Dean a Gundam sometime. Yo, I bet if he tried it, he would at least, you know what I mean? He would at least finish it, I'm sure. Legos are awesome, but they suck to step. Yeah, that's true. Uh, we've got this whole um, Lego world. I don't think I have any pictures of it handy. Um, but if I here, let me see if I can show you. Um, no, that's the wrong one. Hold on. So this is Dean's bedroom and his computer rig, right? But if you look in the corner behind him, that's all Minecraft Lego sets. I guess there's a plush dog attacking the city. But that's all Minecraft Lego sets, and they're very strategically placed to come together and make this whole like an entire Minecraft world. Uh, we used to build things all the time. I just saw a video of a lady that tried to steal $800 worth of Legos. Yeah, she went to jail. Oh wow. Oh, what a handsome young man. Thank you. Yeah, stepping on a Lego is the worst thing. Looks just like he does now. Yeah, he looked like a cross between his mom and my mother for the longest time. Hmm. So off the knuckle, it just mainly tastes like ice cream and coffee liqueur and caramel. So we'll see. Uh, some recipes are a work in progress. You don't always nail them the first time. So at least we got them mixed, right? Those were sitting on my ELR unmixed for a few weeks now. I want to say this Saturday will be 3 weeks. At least two, maybe two. So we finally got them mixed. They can sit and steep. I want to taste one. And I'm leaning more towards the Boston cream. What do you guys think? Which one should we throw into an Elder Dragon and taste? Stepping on a Lego would make a nun cuss. Yeah. Stepping on a Lego in the middle of night when you gotta pee so bad. Oh yeah, it's the worst, right? Boston cream. Okay, we got one for Boston cream. Um, let's vape this. 4 sets. She wanted them Legos bad. 2 for Boston cream. Let's do it. Let's grab this the Elder Dragon. Been looking for an excuse. I haven't mixed anything new lately, so the last time we did the Thursday Wickin it and Kicking it, we rebuilt 2 Elder Dragons, right? Remember? So this is still a fresh build. Brand new, just bedded in, well, couple weeks ago. Duchess, 2.5 millimeter 28. Fresh wicked with some Cloud 9. We used Cloud 9 in these. Never vaped on. Built and wicked, but never vaped on. So let's get the Boston cream. You his daddy? Oh yeah. If you like Boston cream, try Bavarian cream. There's some Bavarian cream in here. Yeah, Bavarian cream is is probably my favorite donut because of how like goopy and more pudding like the cream is. But this is supposed to be a Boston cream pie, which is more of a thicker, richer cream in the center. I have an idea for a dual coil RDA that's kind of like that. Okay, dude, that's awesome. Let's see. We got to actually reread it. 0.29 juicer up. That so not only are we tasting this on fresh wicks, we're tasting this on a fresh build. The first tester liquid to be tasted on this freshly built tester RDA. Let's go this way. There we go. And let's see. Oh, wait a minute. Did you hear that? It sounded like some crackle. Duchess coils don't crackle. Oh, that's crackling like a madman. And that's why I have a few sets of these left. I think I have a few sets of the 28s left, at least 2 full sets. And I want to use one as a dual set, but I'm tempted to save them all as single builds. I get great crackle from his 28s and his hexome coils are what I get the best crackle from. Like that's almost pendulum crackle from that, dude. Decided to break out my purple and yellow tip for my Elder Dragon here. I don't have a towel. Oh, here's my towel. Crackle though. Crackle through the suck or it doesn't count. Did you miss the sizzle? Get out of here. That's a Duchess coil crackling like a motherfucker. Thank you, Tim. Sounds like mosquito zapper. Yeah, yeah. Why don't Duchess coil? Why do? Oh, it's just a joke. It's just a joke. It's corporate Jason started it. All right, guys. Cheers. 51 watts. We're gonna taste this this Boston cream pie. Cheers. Definitely tastes different. That was a mighty crackle, yeah, wasn't it? It definitely tastes different than it did off the knuckle. Now, it's going to take some time for the sponge cake and that fluffy white cake to develop. But right now, I am getting the full-on flavor of the cream filling and the chocolate topping. And there's a slight amount of the cake flavor on the exhale, but I'm just not getting the texture yet. We give this maybe 3 to 5 days, that texture is going to start coming through a little more. That Devon cream is such a game-changing cream for any type of like bakery, cakes, pastries, even if you're just going for like a thick, rich cream. But ideal for bakeries, I think. That Devon cream is the standout flavor in this mix. At least as far as like the body and the mouthfeel is concerned. The pastry cream pairs perfectly with it. It tastes pretty darn close to what I would think a Boston cream pie vape would taste like. And I think with some time, it's only going to taste more cakey. Only Devon cream that is close is Cupcake World. I do have the Cupcake World, but I've only used it in one mix before. I should I would say I should try and break it out and use it more often, but I'm probably not likely to purchase another bottle of it because the Wonder Flavors is out now and it is such an amazing Devonshire cream. Uh, it is definitely the number one flavor. Well, it's hard to say, right? But I would say across the board, the consensus between all of us, it's the number one flavor in the recent Wonder Flavors release. Now, what some people may not realize is that airflow does have something to do with your crackle while it's vaping. Hippo did point this out. It doesn't count unless it crackles while you vape it. Airflow does contribute to that, uh, particularly more so with single coil. If you restrict the airflow down a little bit more, that crackle is going to be more present during the vape. Man, I'm glad you guys chose the Boston Cream. That's the one I was leaning towards too. Mm, like a trip to Dunkin' when you pair it with the coffee. Obviously, this is a Boston cream pie, not a donut. I did do like a Boston cream eclair where I used a similar cream base. I used the Bavarian cream, the pastry cream, and Capella's creamy vanilla with glazed donut, powdered donut, I think. No, just the glazed donut and Flavora crispy donut. Um, and that tasted pretty spot on to a the eclair. The fluffy white cake and the sponge cake are definitely bringing an entirely different style of bakery layer to this. Yum, yum. That's really good. I'm excited to see how it develops. We'll have to add some notes after the stream. I've got VG nose. This is definitely a winner, even off the shake. It may end up needing some tweaks. We won't find out until it steeps a little bit, but there's massive potential in this mix. There's a turkey behind the bed. Let's see. I just now New juice vaped with you. Oh, awesome. Oh my God, it's blueberry. Holy smokes. Oh my God, is deep, rich, amazing blueberry. Just wow. Here. Oh my God, it's blueberry. Cheers. Mm. All right. I need to take a minute from vaping because those were quite a bit of consecutive rips. Um, I wish we had bumpers. Maybe that's something that we could work on someday for the future, but not tonight. Fun fact that Devon Cream was made per my request and they nailed it. They really did. Paul says, I'm good without crackle as long as my flavor and clouds are on point. Yeah, I do agree. I've become a little bit of a crackle fiend. I've gone from past crack fiend to current crackle fiend. It's a little dark, but it's funny and it's true. Would you be willing to try to make a mix for someone if they have a recipe? Oh, he's asking Tim. Yeah. Uh, as long as the Siggy butts stay out of the equation. All right. Those got to go back in the drawer. So let's move those to the side. Next. Hey, let's look at. We're at 9:30 and we still got plenty to do. We're at our normal ending time for Wickin' It, Kicking It. We don't have another stream to try to be respectful for, and we're gonna push it. We're probably gonna go for a record time tonight. I really appreciate you guys coming tonight and hanging out with me, and I hope you're all willing to stick it out with me for a little more. We've got a package to open. I already popped the tape, and I was going to open the package, and I was just going to do the unboxing, but I popped the tape and I opened it up, and because this is likely one of the last packages for a while that anybody is going to receive from phrasing, I thought I'd share it with you guys. And let's just look at this presentation. All right? I'm going to open this and you are going to see all the glory that is a phrasing package. And for the first time, there's something in here that I'm going to get to enjoy, and you'll see what it is in a second. And this is it right here. Jaffa cakes, the original. This is something that Phrasing's known for, packing Jaffa cakes in his packages to fill out some space. There's 10 cakes in here. Tim, I think it's only right to send a couple of these to you and Cassie. I don't know if they're something you guys can eat or not. It's going to be difficult to try to save some. But if they're not too many carbs for you, I don't know. We'll have to talk about it. Fat of which saturates carbohydrates of which sugars, I don't know. A freezing bush box, yeah, those are delicious. I've never ever gotten to try any before. So we got Jaffa cakes. Let's move this to the side, and then he sent me some of these last time. These are so freaking good. Got some from the UK a long time ago. Who's carb watching? Tim and Cassie. Dude, if you've ever had Whoppers, these are like Whoppers, but with a much, much better chocolate. I love these things. Worth the carbs. We've tried them. Tim liked them, but I wasn't all that big a fan myself. They're all right. Well, Tim, I will send a couple your way because there's something in here that you and me have to split. Uh, Maltesers are all mine though. All right. I could crush this bag before the end of the stream if I were to open them. I'm very tempted to open these right now, but I'll wait. Love these things. They're so good. I tried those for the first time. Kinder Chocolate. Man, Phrasing really knows how to sweeten up a package. Pun intended. Um, I've never had these before, Kinder Chocolates. I've had Kinder Bueno. These are uh, chocolate with a cream, melt in the mouth chocolate, creamy, milky filling. Hell yeah, dude. Sounds so good. And then there's this. This is Phrasing tried to send a bottle of this once, and it unfortunately got scooped up by customs. This is a short fill, so the plan is to split this with Tim. All right, and it's not nicked, so I guess maybe we'll split it first and then nick it afterwards. I don't know. Or you and me can figure out the proper way to nick it before I split it. This is IVG Summer Blaze. It's described as a Sicilian lemonade with mixed summer berries. This is Phrasing's all day, everyday vape. And from to my knowledge, it is being discontinued. IVG is moving forward with using their recipes more for a new disposable line. And this is becoming more and more difficult for him to get his hands on. It's literally the only liquid he vapes. He will try other liquids, but this is what he vapes in all of his setups. It's super clean, easy on cotton and coils. That's one of the major parts he's looking for in a liquid. But me and Tim are going to taste it and compare notes together to see what we taste, just to be sure. Because Phrasing said he wasn't sure if he actually tastes peach in there or if it was just some trickery that his brain was picking up on. But we are going to try to recreate this recipe for Phrasing because we love him and we want him to be able to continue vaping something as close to his all day vape as we can get. So having this is a big major component to being able to create that for him. And this shout out to Phrasing for ordering this for me. Phrasing is the Aspire Mix hookup. So he told me I can still get you an Aspire Mix for X amount of dollars. Sent him the money, he ordered it for me, and then he shipped it to me. And it's here. It is here. We're going to unbox it. We're going to either re-wick or rebuild and wick this. I'm not sure. This Innova clone, because I think it's going to fit on there perfectly. And we're going to get this set up. So let's see here real quick. Phrasing gave up a bottle of the precious Summer Blaze. Clutches pearls. Yeah, I know. Well, it's for a cause because we're going to try to recreate it for him. My youngest daughter loves Kinder stuff, says Paul Cole. Yeah. The Kinder eggs. And the Kinder eggs, either way, Steve, and this will be fun. Yeah. It looks delish. Oh, right up my alley. Yeah. Had a brand new bottle still of the Summer Breeze that Grim sent me. Grim sent you the Summer Breeze? The Summer Blaze? See? We were wondering if he still had it. He sent it to you. It does have a little bit of cooling in it. Where was he getting it from? I can't recall. If I had an all day, it would probably be the Shamrock Cookie. Oh, nice. Okay. Daisy found some for Phrasing. He's needing a recipe. It's huge for him. It's all he vapes. That's really cool. Yeah. Is there a kit to make the mix of 21700? No. No, I'm going to have to go 18650 for now. Wonkalicious Summer? Is that the purple one? It's I had a choice between purple or stainless steel. I decided to go with stainless steel. It's not a black one. It's just pictured black on the box. Uh, I mean, ideally, I would have preferred black, and if I could ever find a black one with the stainless steel tube, uh, I that would be ideal. I found one that had like the black tube, like the black metal tube, but it was gone before I could even message the dude. Yeah, but the 2100 kit is a total impossible. Yeah, Gunny has one, but somebody else has dibs on it. So it says Orchid, does it? Oh shit. It does say Orchid. Hold on. I could have swore. Well, even if it is Orchid, I guess I'll be. It is what it is, huh? Dang. I didn't realize that. The Orchid will be gorgeous? Yeah. It will be. I was kind of hoping for stainless steel to go with the stainless steel tank, but I could have swore he showed me the order receipt and it said stainless steel. Hold on. Maybe they sent the wrong. Either way, I got a mix. And I am not opposed to using purple mods. I do like purple. Let's see real quick here. Where is phrasing? Phrasing. Yeah, it says Quicksilver. It says Quicksilver on the order receipt. Hold on. Quicksilver. Boom. Well, let's see. We'll make it work. Oh yeah, it is. It's purple. It is indeed purple. Well, the tube and the accents are stainless steel, so we'll just need a purple drip tip. That's all. We'll make it work. The purple is nice. It really is, actually. So that's hilarious. Man, yeah, but if they were out, they probably sent a different color. Very possible. That purple is gorgeous. Did phrasing keep the wrong one? I don't know. If you want silver tradesies, I don't know. I do like the purple. That's purple. I like that color. I do like it. A purple drip tip. I may know a guy. I've got a purple drip tip now here that might work. It's just a wider bore than I would personally like. I actually have a purple drip tip that you sent me. The only problem is I can't. It's one of the prototype ones. I can't get it to squeeze into that mod. But I bet you with a little time and sanding, I could get it to work. It's a purple people eater. Let's that's the 18350 tube. Let's get this guy out of here. Oh wow. That's really nice. You know, and until you get mods in person, they always look so much larger. Like in pictures. That's gonna have to go into my mod box. They always look, let me get this out of here. Yeah, they always look so much larger in pictures. Stainless steel, yeah, all stainless steel tanks are going to look nice on it. It's not going to make any difference to how black tanks would look on it either. Occasionally running a black tank on there, because like this stock tank is actually the perfect height to run on a mix. If you look, it's literally the perfect height. But that's found a home on here for now. What I want to do is, this is a slight bit taller. This is the setup that I was going for. So, boom. Right there, like that. That's what I was going for. That's what I was saying, a purple drip tip. That's still going to look sick. Look, I am partial to purple as well. So I'm really not disappointed, to tell you the truth. Do you mean I have to get some 510 cores? Oh, yeah, yeah. The 510 cores fit for sure. We can make it work. Super sick. Yeah, that looks good. Yeah. So here's the thing. I've got to get this on a mod to build it. So let's set this beauty aside. The brand new shiny mix. The fact that I didn't still own a mix, it eventually got to me. And the reason why was because, listen, I'm a squonker. You guys know that. I've got 20 different mech squonks. I love my RDAs and my squonks, but recently, and Dell is a big part of this, a major, major part of this, you've noticed I've been using a lot more RTAs. And it came to my attention that I needed some more devices. That's why we got this. So some of these RTAs can find homes, and I'm not constantly swapping RTAs on a different mods as much, like I'm gonna have to do now. Let's take one more hit off of this Boston Cream before we use the paranormal. Yum. Ooh. Even that, if that was a 510, that would look sick on there even. So anything that uses an 810, that drip tip will look sexy on there. You know, obviously that doesn't work, but you know, you get what I'm saying. So here's the deal. We already wicked this up once. Dell had left. Oop. Getting used to how this tank works is a little tricky. There we go. Pop. Dell had left this it was a pre-wrapped wire optim coil in there, and it worked really well, and it was crackling really nice. And I'm half tempted to just re-wick it again, but I do have some of these guys that I think would work great in here. High ohm firecrackers, 5.5 wrap. I think I have one that I already used in something, but I took it out. I've got a brand new one in here too. But this one literally was in the Skyline R. I added a half a wrap to it and installed it in the Skyline R, and literally used it like 2 or 3 times before I broke the only glass that I had for the Skyline R. And I was thinking of maybe popping a pendulum coil in there. We're already at 9:51 though. We are running long. Do we rebuild it or do we just re-wick it, guys? I mean, obviously we can get this mix set up much quicker if we just wick it. This coil was giving me some nice crackle. Those coils are awesome. I'm really tempted to try the high ohm firecracker in here. What do you guys think? Steve, you don't like purple using Arnie sublingual messaging? You must send that with the summer plays. Yeah. Rebuild it. Yeah, I knew Jeremy M was going to say that. All right, let's wick it good. Oh, rewick, one rebuild, 3 rewicks. Gosh darn. I mean, it's good. I'm sure it's going to crackle great either way, right? I'm so tempted to try the pendulum coil in there. You know what? Even the people who say rewick it, we still got to wick it either way. So let's just rebuild it then. We've got time. We support whatever you do. Thank you. We've got time. As long as you guys are hanging with me for the long haul, let's do it. Let's try our pendulum coil. It's going to have to get rebuilt one day or another, right? So let's do it. This is already a semi-used coil. It also gives me an excuse. I keep forgetting to show you guys. I think I finally got some new cutters. How could America let this happen? You do you. I strongly advocate for personal choice. There you go. These are the brand of cutters that Coil Clout carries, but I purchased them off of Amazon. They were like $5.60 or something off Amazon. You guys know I've needed a new set of cutters for how long now? Well, we finally got them. Hippo says, I love them cutters. Let's get this coil out. That's the wrong screwdriver. And wicking this on camera, this RTA is a bit of a challenge. It's kind of some tight space to build in. But if you take your time and wick this RTA the correct way, it's actually fairly forgiving as long as you wick it correctly. So let me get, I might be a cutter. Those are great. I have them same snips. Amazon comes in handy. Yeah. Well, I know Jonathan from Coil Clout always went on and on and on about how they tested all these cutters and he had them special imported from Italy. And I literally typed the model name into Amazon and they came right up. They're Hako CHP 170. Like Hako HAKKO, I think. And they came right up. So yeah. It's time to wick it good. Na 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 da 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 na 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 na. When a problem comes along, you must wick it. Let's see. Let's see how we can do this here. See, I don't know. I know. No, it's not going to matter what way I do it because I'm still going to have to kind of. That's tricky. It's a tricky build. Let's get one side in and then we'll worry about the other side. Let's see. Hopefully you guys can't really see what I'm doing, but I got that through there and I have to kind of, it's pushing the lead out. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get that in there. There we go. So I just kind of dropped it in there because I don't think having that in there is going to work. It's having the coil rod in there was pushing the lead out from both sides. So we'll angle it. We'll tighten it down. And then we'll see if we can get this guy in here to turn it maybe. Let's see. Gosh darn. That's tricky. How am I going to do this? That's not going to work. I need to, in order to get it straight, maybe if I do that like that, boom, then push it back this way. There we go. There we go. Because otherwise we weren't going to be, the coil wasn't going to be straight. Come on. There we go. Now we tighten it. Tighten it. Boom. We're in. And it's still kind of wanting to go wonk on me here. So what I'm going to do is get these guys and try to turn it. Perfect. That's a tight little space. I think we're in. I might try to lift it up a little bit more. Lift up. Boom. Good. There we go. It's delicate. It's a delicate little guy. Normally you would use the pressure from your coil rod, or the leverage from your coil rod. Yeah, the thing said on prom night. You would use the leverage from your coil rod to bend it this way or that way, but you can't. This U is stopping you from being able to go one way or another. It was also making it difficult when the leads sat in there to actually get them into place. But we got it. And I think we're going to be good just like that. That's about the same height we were at before. Let's see. Boom. There we go. There's some minimal wonk, but I think we'll be fine. It's side airflow. not bottom airflow, so it shouldn't make much of a difference. Liquid Dreams by O-Town needs to be Wiki new theme song. Yeah. Throw the airflow on there. Why? I actually had it sitting pretty low, and then I raised it a little bit at one point, and it didn't make much of a difference. So I think we're good. Now we get to do this. Oh, to line it up. We can lift that up. And these things cut like butter. Dicky Mo. It's pretty lined up, regardless, I would say. Ooh. That's why they say close your eyes. If I can get in from the top here. Dicky Mo. Boom. Maybe I should do that again on this side. It's hanging off a little. Boom. We're golden. It's hard to see when you got the airflow on there. But you can't really see in there anyway. But if you look, the airflow is going to sit in and come in just under the coil. So maybe if we get some heat to this guy, we might be able to straighten it a touch more, but let's do that. Bed single. It's reading much lower than I would have anticipated it. Yes. It's already been bedded in. I would have into another RTA. I would have assumed it would have come in a little higher. But I'm going to turn this down to like 12 watts. And let's see how she does. Yeah, the airflow is removable, but it's a pain in the ass to get back in if you take it out because the O-ring falls out. And it took me an hour to get everything back together the last time that happened. Actually, 12 watts might have been a tad high. To start. There we go. It's already been bedded into another RTA once. 12 watts? Are you trying to blow your face off? Yeah. Oh, yeah, that O-ring. Yeah, dude. Last time I rinsed this out, I was like, screw it, dude. I'm not taking that apart. I'm just going to let this thing air dry for a couple days. All right. Let's just turn the wattage up just to make sure there's no hot spots. Just give it a quick pulse. There was one, actually, on the inside here. It's gone. We're good. Let's reread this coil. It should be like a 0.5. 0.525. Perfect. Yes. All right. Coil, not oil. Installing oil or cleaning is dangerous. Ask the internet people. They are experts. They saw a vape once in a dark alley while buying a new pipe from their dealer. What the fuck? You are colorblind. That isn't golden. It is stainless, aka silver. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Buffalo wings cleaned you right up, huh? All right. Let's get our 2.5 millimeter FDH cotton. And I still might pull a little bit off of this guy. We don't need much. Doesn't need a long piece of cotton. I peeled a little bit off the edge of this guy. I was on the phone with Kaz for like an hour yesterday, and I meant to ask him why they were moving on from doing the FDH cotton. And I completely forgot because we were just talking about all different types of stuff. Which reminds me, he told me, and I'm not going to reveal what it is, but they're dropping a new flavor, and I'm kind of excited for it. It's kind of similar to something that I've been wanting to drop for a while, but every month for the last 4 months of the year, FDH is going to be dropping a new flavor every month to finish the year. So that's kind of exciting. He told me what one of them were. I'm not at liberty to say what it is. But me and Kaz had a really good talk for an hour yesterday. He's such a freaking great dude, man. He really is. Anyone else notice it's harder to find Cloud9 now? We've gone through periods of time like that. Ooh, that's still a little tight. I want this to be kind of loose. On the loose side. Not too loose, but all right. It was giving me good crackle when I wicked it fairly loose last time, so beautiful. That's perfect. Let's go back and forth a bit. All right. I'm going to snip it at the edge here. This is not how you wick it. That is not the correct way to wick this. Although you might think that it looks like you could wick it that way. We're going to fluff this up. Now this is kind of tricky, but it works. It works. All right. I was thinking of maybe cutting the tips off here, but I don't know if that's going to make much of a difference. Like doing like a tiny diagonal cut. I don't know if it'll make much of a difference. I think I did it the last time and it did. Just a touch off the top. Just a touch off the top. And you can take a flathead and try to slowly push this back. But what I did was I lifted it up and tried to fold it back. You want to kind of bend these wicks back and create a wall behind that U-port. because the liquid drips right on that U-port there and then flows into your cotton. So what I tried to do was very, very carefully lift it up and bend it back like that. But then there. Boom. And then where's that tiny little flathead? I kind of want to like just fluff it out and fan it out a little bit just to make sure it's not bunched up in that spot. But that's kind of what we're looking for. Oh, you wet it first? Yeah. You know what? I never considered that. But that could very well work good. You kind of want it behind, making a wall behind that U-port. And then it's kind of fluffed up behind there. And not only will that liquid flow perfectly into that, but if it's fluffed up nice like that, it holds a decent amount of liquid too, so you can get some really decently lengthy draws off of it. Wetting it, you know what? Maybe I'll try that next time. Oh, come on. Let's see. Yeah, I wet it first. Looks like a fuzzy caterpillar. Yeah, it's all right. I vape with my left hand. Dalton, not the right time to become a switch hitter. Yeah. Yeah, so I actually was able to get that in there fairly decent that time. So let's try that again. No. Yeah, that time not as smooth. Not as smooth as the last time. Let's try again. Let's see. Last time it flipped so much nicer for me. It's a little uneven too. So let's see. There we go. The flip isn't always the easiest to do, but if you can get it, then you got it. Ah. Yeah, let's see. There we go. Tuck that down. I can see how wetting it first could help because then the cotton doesn't want to bounce back. Also on the sides, it stays tucked in easier. Fan that out a little bit. Maybe. I'm trying not to pull it out, but I'm also a lot better than the last time I wicked this on camera though. I just don't want it to be too bunched up in that one spot behind the wall because it could choke up. Let's wet it and then we'll play with it a little more. I'm going to go, I usually lift cotton up and bend it like that with RTAs keeps the cotton puffier inside the RTA. Yeah. What Steve doesn't know is the mix is enchanted and making its way towards me as he wicks this. Yeah. I'm going to go because I really, really love the way that this tastes in this tank. Don's Bourbon Cream. Really, really love the way this liquid tastes in here. I was tempted to put my the Samoa cheesecake in here though, but I'm gonna go Don's Bourbon Cream. I think that's what I did last time. Is I put the Samoa cheesecake in there, and then after a few fills, I put the Don's Bourbon Cream on top of it. But this does really, really good in this tank. It's really tasty. And we're just gonna wet that. I'm gonna want to pull the. You see how it's kind of bunched up on the sides? I'm gonna want to try to tuck that out of the way a little bit, and that's where the wetting it will help, because it's gonna block some of that airflow from hitting that coil. Um, there we go. So now we can kind of tuck that out of the way. Just take your time with tanks like this. It's all worth it in the end. This is only like the third or fourth time I've ever wicked this tank too, so. There we go. And some liquids too, like this is a sweeter liquid. As you vape it, some of like the caramelization on the end of your wicks will start to form around the edge of those screws, but it gives it a nice little added bit of robust flavor after a couple tanks worth with this Don's Bourbon Cream. And I think we're good. We're good. We got those kind of tucked out of the way. It's definitely one of the most fiddly, fumbly types of tanks to wick. Shove all these tools out of the way. But if you take your time and you get it right, it performs beautifully. There we go. Boom. So let's get this guy on here. Boom. And then let's see. Turn it back that way. Juice flow's closed. Oh. Oh. I haven't opened this in a while, so getting that to spin off can be a challenge. Come on. There we go. See, it spins off without the middle coming off. Then we fill it. Oh, that O-ring came out. You bastard. Get back in there. Hold on. Hold, please. It was so dry. We got to tuck the O-ring back into the cap here. There we go. That's why it wasn't coming loose. There we go. Take your time with this tank and it rewards. It absolutely does. It really does. Fill her up. Getting used to running it on a side-by-side is going to be a bit of a learning curve because of the way the juice flow control works, but I'm sure I'll get used to it. That's full enough for now. Boom. Once you finish that, closing that, it'll open the juice flow right up. Spin this around this way so we can open the airflow up all the way. Boom. Hopefully I didn't stuff that cotton too tight on there. Last time I had it so beautiful. All right. Now, that's vaping. Let's get this guy off of here. And onto the mix. Oh. The airflow is just spinning, spinning, spinning. Hold on. There we go. Is it open on that back end? It should be. As long as it's wide open on this side, let's spin it around one more time. Then it should be wide open on the other. There we go. Boom. And on a side-by-side, of course, yeah. Let's get this off of here for a second. There. That's a little fiddly. I'm spinning it the wrong way. Duh. All right, let's get a battery. That'll work. Boom. Oh. Not the greatest of battery caps, huh? They work though, these style battery caps. Let's see, and we're on. Let's spin this back into place. We might try to find another drip tip, but for now, 0.50 exactly. We're going to turn this to 25 watts. We might go a little higher. Let's go 27. Oh, we'll go 26. Oh yeah. Let's vape it. Let's vape it. That was totally worth it after hearing that crackle. Autofocus on. Take the zoom out. And we're back. Yeah, a nice purple drip tip will definitely do the trick. But man, a lot of people have been enjoying this mod for years. I've slept on it for far too long. I am actually really happy with that, how that purple looks. Let's go. Let's do it. Oh yeah. Mm. And once that cotton breaks in, we got bubbles. Once that cotton breaks in a little more, this kind of happened last time too. Last time I was enjoying this tank. The saturation of the vape starts to come through a little bit better, but at 26 watts, it handles those really lengthy long draws. It's such a beautiful restricted direct lung. This is the most restricted RTA that I have ever vaped. And I was unsure of how much I was going to enjoy it. But the last time I was ripping it, I had it just on the paranormal. And I was like, man, this looks funny. I need a better mod, like a side by side, ideal for running this tank. And that's when this happened. So there she is. Excuse me, little burp. That saturation starting to come through now. See, this is what I have, and if it if I could get it to go into the tank, it would be perfect. Let's see if maybe we can get it to work. Oh, so close. It just doesn't go down all the way. You see what I mean? It just doesn't go down all the way. I think we might be able to play with it a little bit. You see what I mean? It looks freaking amazing. It just needs to be able to be pushed down just a little bit more. And it's about the same bore as the drip tip that came with it. If I could just get it to press down all the way, nice and flush, it wouldn't be quite as tall looking. It's a bit of a tall tip, but it does look great on that. It matches pretty darn closely, if I don't say so. This tip is actually not supposed to be mine, though. It's supposed to be for Angel, Dean's mom, when she finally orders her SAN AIO. I think I kind of like the shorter drip tip a little better. Like that matchy is great, but for now that's not bad. I do have one other drip tip for now that would match, but it's like a wide bore. Hold on. Is it in there? Oh, it's in the Claymore. It's in the Claymore RDA. It's wide bore though, and it's a bit of a chunker of a drip tip for this size tank. But let's try it. Let's try it just because we're here. There we go. Boom. A little more wide bore. Not ideal for restricted direct lung. Yeah, it's all right. I think I like the smaller bore better. What's the mixed deck size? It's supposed to fit up to a 24 millimeter. Yeah. It doesn't feel right. Like there's a certain like it's I don't know how it's like a certain like amount of feedback that you get from restricted direct lung with a smaller bore drip tip. It just doesn't feel right with that wider bore. Mm. Yeah, that's good. 26 watts. That's why I'm not quite as worried about it being 18650. Because if I'm mostly going to be running like a tank like this on here at a max of like 26, 28 watts, I think the last time I wicked it a little lighter and I was running it at 28 watts with a point 0.5 build, should still get plenty of battery life on an 18650 just fine. Mm. That Don's bourbon cream is so delicious, dude. So tasty. And that was actually the last thing that we had lined up for tonight. We got through a lot though. We definitely have some comments I missed. Let's see. She is being such a butt tonight and trying to chew on everything. Oh man. Oh, it's the okay. He answered. Uh, she just got in trouble, and you're giving her back rubs and kisses, Tim. Not cool, boo. Oh man, yeah. You got to mess with the 510 pin most of the time. I don't bother though. Oh, okay. Yeah. On the Danny, is that what you were talking about? Um, the only thing that could make that more of a perfect matchy setup is an orchid drip tip. Yeah. See, and I need a stainless tank to run on the stainless mix. Yeah, listen, I thought this was going to be an all stainless setup. But the more I look at this purple dude, listen, I like some color. I like stainless steel and black. You know what I mean? But I do enjoy having some color in my in my collection. I really hope Phrasing didn't order another purple for himself and accidentally send me the purple. Um, but it's a little late now. I'm super stoked. I never saw myself enjoying side by side mods as much as I have been. This Shift Plus and Dwarf combo has freaking been awesome. The Dwarf would probably fit on that quite well also. Man, that looks sick. What about the Jaka? I think it's too big for a mix. Yeah, the Jaka's 25 millimeter, right? Uh, and yeah, I can't get another drip tip that feels better than the stick one. Oh, the stock one. Oh, really? Yeah. I don't know. I thought it was going to be a little small for me, but I I enjoy it quite a bit. My nose is like leaking. Tim says I tranced out the bunny now. She's being good next to Cassie. Oh, that's good. Yeah. It's vaping great. I think still a little more practice wicking it, and I think I could get it vaping better the last time I wicked it. It was that coil was given some serious pop, like serious like staccato type of crackle. I mean, I think maybe I could have a little more practice wicking. It's probably not drawing liquid in at the pace that it was the last time I wicked it, but it's keeping up. It's bubbling. I'm getting saturated hits. It's just not crackling the same, which is fine. Every setup doesn't have to be an absolute machine gun. I am a flavor chaser after all. But that crackle does add an extra level of enjoyment, I will say. All right. I'm going to freaking loop myself out. I've been cranking away on that thing. Other drip tips mess with the pull, in my opinion. Yeah, see, that's what I mean. That's what I mean. There's like the bore is perfect. I think it's let's measure it. I think it's a 4.5 millimeter bore, maybe. Oh no, it's 5. It's 5 millimeter bore. I assumed 4.5 because I think that's like the inner bore of a flush nut for a billet box. I believe that's 4.5 millimeter. So that's why I was thinking it was 4.5. But yeah, it's 5 on the dot. Um, like I said, it's like a feedback response to how it responds with the restricted direct lung airflow. It's just perfect. I said I was gonna stop. But yeah, sleep well, BDC. Hell yeah. Um, I've been debating if I want to rebuild my sturdy one. The cherry bomb in there just isn't crackling like it used to, but it could also be my wicking. So I experienced that before with with the cherry bombs. I run the cherry bombs in my the 2.5 millimeter in all my broken addies. Every single broken addy always gets a cherry bomb, whether I'm running regulated or mech. And one of them particularly, I was running for a long time, like 10 months. I was really trying to push the cherry bomb daily to see what we could get out of them longevity wise. And it lasted 10 months of good, consistent, snappy crackle. And literally from one wick to the next, all of a sudden, it stopped crackling the same on me. Now, at that same time, I had just opened a new bag of kendo cotton. I thought the kendo cotton, that new bag, was just different than the one before. Like I could have swore. And then everything I tried, no matter how many times I rewicked it, I just couldn't get it to crackle the same. So I said, all right, this coil, it's been in here long enough. Maybe that's it. I rebuilt it. I wicked it without even any extra effort, just wicked it. And as soon as I put a new cherry bomb in there, rat a tat tat, rat a tat tat. Um, I feel like that is just one of the tells when the cherry bombs start to break down. They just don't crackle the same anymore. Very likely could be it. Um, the, I mean, they are small mass coils with thinner gauge wire, even on the outer wrap. So, especially running it hard on a mech every day, I'm surprised it lasted as long as it did. But eventually, the outer wrap starts to break down, and it does affect the crackle. So, that's my theory. I get it though. The first thing that you think is all of a sudden you forgot how to wick, because I certainly did. I was like, I don't understand what happened. It's like I forgot how to wick overnight, you know. And sometimes there's just so many variables that sometimes they just don't crackle the same. I can't quite explain it because like sometimes I feel like I swear I did exactly the same thing I always do, and sometimes it just doesn't crackle. So I totally get it. You're gonna yeah, exactly. I can't get the wicking right with my sturdy one. I'm running a cherry bomb as well. I never had the best luck with like those mob style, like anything that wicks like mob style, where you just like run the cotton straight out and then you Like the original wicking method was to run it straight out, cover it with the cap, snip it flush, and then fan it out, right? Never had any luck with any type of RVA that wicked like that. And then I noticed I started watching Tyler's videos, Gentleman's Crackle channel, and that guy wicks those types of things always the same way. He fans everything out, snips the top, and then tucks it in a very specific way. Um, and he always, dude, that dude gets ripper crackle every time. I have a suspicion though that because the way he rolls up the Maviton X so loose and then slides it through back and forth, I'm convinced he's got to have to rewick that like every other day. Like I know Maviton X does hold up longer than other cottons, but I'm convinced that thin with that much crackle, he's got to be getting cotton collapse after like a couple days. Um, Sometimes cotton may change. He's trying to be Nick tonight, so needs extra Nick. Yeah. Sometimes cotton may change a bit over time, and they have slight changes to consistency. This actually does happen occasionally. Yeah, I noticed that like specifically, and a lot of people pointed this out. Cotton Bacon Prime for something changed in the Cotton Bacon Prime about like a year and a half to 2 years ago. Like it just wasn't consistently the same as it always was before. Jared has a wicking video on the Pendulum group if you're in there. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I agree with you, Steve. Oh, yeah. Steve, so is Saint Nick? Yeah. Not Nick. We have gone for 3 hours and 42 minutes. That is a wicking it and kicking it record. Um, I'm gonna have to make a timestamp that says to skip the muted part. We definitely it definitely wasn't without its hiccups tonight, but we accomplished a lot. We did attempt some news. I've never even thought to maybe try to attempt any news before. I don't know what the deal was. Um, it had to be at least a good like longer than 5 minutes of just silence with me just scrolling up and down a news article. And it was frustrating, but we made it through it. Uh, it was an important story, I feel like, though, that pertains to all of us as far as ordering products from overseas. I don't think I am. I'll check out. Okay, yeah. Cotton Bacon Prime for sure changed. Yeah, it did. Uh, the 13 feet is about as good as the cotton bacon, in my opinion. Yeah, I used 13 feet for a long, long time. The only reason I haven't ordered any in a while is because I ran out of my last bag and I just have so much other types of cotton here. The price went up on the 13 feet too. Um, uh, I started buying the FDH wicks as like an inexpensive way to support CAS and FDH. And it's also just really convenient and easy to use for the stream. And I fell in love with it. I really like the FDH cotton a lot. However, my broken Addy, I always wick with Kendo cotton, always, no matter what. Because that's like my top tier upper echelon favorite vape is a broken Addy on a Mex Squonk. Although the Vena is a pretty darn close second, as well as the basic uh, right behind it. Um, I just like everything to be the same every time I set up my broken Addy. Speaking of record, my record player is pulsating and has stopped working. Being as it was cheap instead of troubleshooting, I ordered a new, better player. Purple, actually. Oh, cool, dude. Um, so yeah, guys. Yeah, we are at a record time for wicking it and kicking it. I just got some Coilology's new cotton. It's just like the FDH cotton, so we'll see how that goes. Okay, cool. I didn't know they had cotton. Went to play Enter the Wu Tang and it didn't work. Oh no. Yeah. We're at 3 hours and 45 minutes, and I said we weren't going to do like a 4-hour wiki to try to uh, match the vlog, but we almost made it. We start half an hour earlier than the vlog does, though, usually. So I am going to call it there. My voice is starting to kind of crack a little. But that's not the end of the night, guys. If you're not already a member of the JMW Discord, I'm sure you can scroll up in the chat and find one of the spots where Advocate for Liberty shared the link to join the Discord. Uh, Everybody's welcome to come into the voice chat. I need to think of a clever new name for the voice chat, but we'll get there. Pop into the voice chat. We're going to be hanging out. I do have a decent size order to fill tonight because the work never stops. JMW is what pays the bills, but that never stops me from hanging out. So come on in to the JMW Discord. We're gonna have a good time after the stream tonight. All are welcome, and that's gonna do it for tonight. I appreciate you all for coming out. Drop your hashtags and whatever else in the chat, your good nights and all that stuff. Uh, I just like to throw them up on screen. It's just a tradition. It's what we've always done. Um, Next week, oh, I forgot to put the raffle rumble thing on tonight, but we'll do it Monday. Next week, we're only doing wiki on Monday. Um, Tim and Cassie, I think, are planning to run a game night on the AAFL channel on Thursday instead of extra Wickin' It, Kicking It, because I'm supposed to be live Friday night on the Punk Rock Vapor and Birdie show. So Monday, as usual, for Wickin' It and Kicking It, and then everything else will be on the AAFL channel next week. And depending on whether Dean comes or not, I might see you guys on AAFL Saturday. But before then, if you guys come to hang out, I'll see you in the Discord. Appreciate you all. I love you all. That's going to do it for tonight. Thank you, as always, for wicking it and kicking it with me. We are JMW. Good night.